Arne Slot has had a lot to say about Darwin Nunez. Does he still have a future at Liverpool Football Club or not? Is Ryan Gravenberch too tired to continue playing in midfield? And Liverpool bottled the title race. We're back again with the two legends, Tom Little and Don Hassam. Sit back, relax. This is Kopish Kollab. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Kopish. Good afternoon, brothers. Firstly, to everyone, welcome to the show. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, but most importantly, make sure you go over to Don Hassam's channel, subscribe there, and Tom Little's channel, and do the same, please, guys. Boys. I'm not going to start with Darwin Nunez. I'm not going to do that because that will be the low-hanging fruit. I'm going to start off by...
it's low-hanging for a reason.
It's low-hanging. It's not even fruit. It's a low-hanging branch.
Very true.
It's just a branch above the roots. There is no fruit to collect.
It's not even low-hanging. It's not. It's a trip hazard. That's how low it is.
It's
not
a
even
trap.
It's not even going to hit me in the face. It's going to trip me up.
It's a booby trap. You're going to get killed as soon as you go down the door. This is reminiscent of the Vietnam War right here.
How are you really both feeling about Darwin then?
I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I actually haven't felt this much hatred and vitriol towards my own Liverpool player since like Adrian. Honestly, since Adrian away against Atletico, I have never felt this badly towards a football player. And I went back and I watched the chance that he missed. And the more I watch it, the worse it gets. First of all, let's establish something. Anyone blaming Szoboszlai, with all due respect, you're either protecting Nunez for your own sake, or you've never played football.
Or you have
that
an
goal.
Szoboszlai.
Yes, that goal is completely empty. There is no one there. I am a firm believer that my grandmother could have scored that chance. The goal was literally empty. Blaming the number 10 for giving the number 9 the opportunity to score a goal is pathetic. Genuinely. Szoboszlai played a perfectly timed pass into the feet of Darwin Nunez on a plate, and he missed. Now, obviously, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm going to do the 8 Mile thing. Big up Eminem, the greatest rapper of all time. Let me just say this.
Second.
Let me just say this. That's fine. You can put him second. Obviously, now the question becomes, from the 4 Darwin sexuals remaining on this planet, Drifty ends and the 2 people in this chat. What about Jota? Are you going to talk about Jota? Mention Jota, please. Let's establish this right now. Diogo Jota missed clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities and takes the blame just as much as Darwin Nunez. You want to know why we don't go on to Diogo Jota as much as we go on to Darwin Nunez? Because Diogo Jota hasn't had 2.5 years of missing clear-cut opportunities. He's had 1 game where he's missed this many clear-cut opportunities. You see what Jota did yesterday? This is Nunez's career at Liverpool, every single game. So if you want to say Jota did this yesterday, the same exact thing Nunez has done about 500 times. Put the big chances missed in the bag. I think the worst transfer in Liverpool history put it in the bag. I think the worst transfer in Liverpool history is not us signing Darwin. I think it's us not accepting 75 million for Darwin Nunez. That's the worst transfer. Sometimes
he's going to play himself out of that fee. Shout
out Arsene Wenger. Shout out Arsene Wenger, one of the legends of the game, one of the icons, invincible, 3-time Premier League winner. He said sometimes you make addition by subtraction, and I firmly believe had we sold Darwin Nunez and kept Jadon Danns, we would have been in a better position right now in the league.
And that's my thoughts on Darwin. I would genuinely have been better off with just squad space. Squad space would have been more useful on the football pitch than what Darwin Nunez is. Do you understand? I hate the fact that if you were to look me up on Google, one of the first things you'll see is me defending Darwin Nunez and slandering Sadio Mane in order to do so. Or
what?
Back when he first signed, it was the Man City game. was the Man City
Oh.
game in the Carabao Cup. Hold
Every-
on. I'm giving you context. I'm giving you the context. It was the Man City game in the Carabao Cup in 22-23. Darwin Nunez missed 3 big chances that day, and I said, it's okay. Sometimes great players come in and miss big chances like that. Remember Sadio Mane in his first season? Difference is Sadio Mane kicked on. Sadio Mane got a football brain. Sadio Mane improved. Darwin Nunez has managed to somehow regress. He was not good when he first signed, and he has regressed as a footballer. He is worse. Yesterday, the people that are going at Dominick Szoboszlai for that, get off Nunez's dick first and foremost. I would never want my number 10 when he's got a defender on his arse, off balance, and with one of the best 1v1 keepers in the world to try and shoot when he's got his number 9 unmarked to the left of him with an open goal. My number 9, for no reason, boots it over the bar from the edge of the 6-yard box. For the 5th time in his Liverpool career, I went back and found them. For the 5th time, Darwin Nunez has put a left-footed shot from the left-hand side of the 6-yard box over the bar. 5 times. You know, we won it 5 times. No, Nunez has fucking skied it 5 times. From the same spot. Luton, Ajax. You've got
Ajax, he didn't sky, he hit the post.
He missed. I should use the term missed.
That's for me. That must be Firmino's fault, that one.
Yeah. Brentford away in his first season, missed. Yesterday, missed. And there's one more that I can't remember, which he missed. 5 times he's done this. The work rate there was fucking pathetic. That's about the only thing he offers me. But it's pathetic at the best of times. Yesterday was shocking. He is, and you know what the worst part is? Look at the reaction of the teammates. Look at the reaction of our teammates when Nunez is through. Someone posted the wide angle video of it. When Szoboszlai is running through, Tyrone Mings on his arse. Emi Martinez closing down. Van Dijk's like this, celebrating. You know when it goes to Nunez with an open goal? It's like this. His head's in his hand. He's shitting himself. My centre-back, my team, have zero confidence in our club record signing to score from 6 yards out. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? Every single time he misses one of them chances, the edge drop. Every single time he misses one of them chances, we play worse afterwards. The mentality takes a hit because it would do. Imagine if you're sitting there working your arse off, creating clear-cut opportunities, and all of a sudden you're watching your striker fucking blaze them over the bar. You're going to sit there and go, what's the fucking point? What am I supposed to do? Then, the one time there's a little bit of work rate. He blocks a pass from Tyrone Mings, he's through. Emi Martinez is coming out. All he has to do is tap it with his right foot to the right. Then the world's your oyster. If you tap it with your right foot, Jones has an open goal. Salah has an open goal. Or Martinez takes you out and he's sent off. What does Darwin Nunez do? Kick it into Martinez. He had 4 perfectly reasonable options, which benefited Liverpool.
Nunez!
Martinez. I've gotten to Diaz this season. Diaz would have won a foul because he's done that every single game this season when he's had that opportunity. He's smart with it. Nunez is brain dead. The work rate's crap. He's useless in front of goal. 51 big chances missed in his Premier League career. 51. That summer we bought him was an incredible summer for strikers. Alexander Isak moved. Erling Haaland moved. If you want to know the guy, Robert Lewandowski moved. And we ended up with the fucking runs of the litter in a striker who gets fucking 10 times the love certain players in this club's history have got, despite having a fucking 10th of the ability. Imagine if some of the greats of this club's history got the fucking time and love that Nunez gets, but instead, certain sections of our fucking fan base give it to him because he sits there and go, Nunez, oh, he's missed it again, Nunez. I don't want a fucking striker who misses chances but looks funny, tries hard. I want a striker who wins me football matches because that's the least some of these fucking players deserve. Not Darwin Nunez. He's never been the answer. He was never going to be the answer. And I don't want to see him again. I would genuinely rather bring on fucking James McConnell up front than Darwin Nunez up front. That's how pissed off I am. And at the end of the game, he's pissed away the chance for us to go clear. 10 points clear. 10 points clear. Imagine the damage that would have done to Arsenal. 10 points fucking clear. He's pissed that away. Salah fuming, Van Dijk fuming, Nunez laughing with fucking Emi Martinez and then walking off without clapping the fans. The very least you can fucking do is apologise to them fans who spent their hard-earned money to watch you piss it over the bar at the Holt End. And you can't even fucking acknowledge them. I don't know why I tried to come back to his side at any point. Last year should have been the turning point. When he sat there in the fucking Jurgen Klopp farewell and didn't clap that man, the only man who had fucking 100% confidence in him, that should have been it for everyone. But he stayed. And his fucking... Oh, I can't. My head's too up with him. I genuinely cannot be arsed dealing with this fucking number 9. I've seen my club have some of the greatest number 9s in this country's history. I've seen my football club set the gold standard for what a number 9 is. In any type. Do you want a poacher? Do you want a complete forward? Do you want a false 9? My club has had it all. Do you want what we've got? We've got a fucking donkey. We're the first team to play with a donkey up top and try and win a fucking Premier League title. Salah doesn't deserve that shit. Van Dijk doesn't deserve that shit. None of these players deserve to play with him. I don't know what crimes we all committed in a previous life. I don't know what sins we committed in a previous life to be subject to Darwin Nunez up front for my football team, but I apologise. To whoever's up there, I apologise. I repent my sins. Please get me a number 9. Get me someone who is at the level required to fucking benefit these players. Please, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them.
I would rather be in solitary confinement for a week than watch 90 minutes of Darwin Nunez. I'd rather be in solitary confinement where I get 1 hour of sunlight a day and just sit on the bed and stare at the roof for 23 hours than do Darwin Nunez ever again for 90 minutes. I'd rather listen to K-pop for 24 hours straight than watch 24 minutes of Darwin Nunez. It's over now. The experiment is over. Everyone just give the fuck up. 2.5 years ago, I said the same thing from when we first signed him. Before he even became a Liverpool player, I said he was garbage. I said he was crap. I said we should have never signed him. And people said, just back the lad. Year 1 happened. Year 2 happened. Even year 3, some people wanted to give him a chance, and it's now the same shit. It's just boring. And the problem is, you want to know how I know they've lost the argument already? Anytime you ask someone who likes Nunez, like, what do you think is his performance? The first response is, what about Jota? What about Salah? What about Diaz? What about this guy? What about that? No, but I'm asking about your guy. How about you talk about your guy, and then we'll address the others? Because despite I don't think Szoboszlai made a mistake making that pass, I don't think Szoboszlai was good overall. I think Jota should have scored. I think Gravenberch had his 3rd bad game in a row. I don't think necessarily McAllister had a good game. There's a lot I can bring to the table. There's not just Nunez slander. But Nunez is the player who, when the scoreline was 2-2, had a 0.89 XG chance. It's more XG than a penalty because the goal is literally empty, mate. Goal is literally empty. If you ever played football, you'll know from that angle, it's literally impossible to miss unless you have no brain cells, aka Darwin Nunez.
All right. Everyone knows how I feel about Darwin, but because it's us three on the panel at the moment.
I'm sorry, Callum, just quickly, because there's something I want to address in the chat. Robert, when you say stuff like, which player have you backed other than Salah? Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Konate, Tsimikas, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott, Salah, Gakpo, Jota, Chiesa. I've backed a lot of players. I can name you historically players I've backed as well. Nice one, though.
All right. I'm going to, everyone knows how I feel about Darwin, but I'm going to obviously have to, I'm going to have to try and balance out.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I do. For the sake of the conversation, I have to. All right. I understand what you're both saying in terms of selling him. If you were to say sell him and bring in someone else,
take him.
I'm on board with that. The reason why I still maintain that the club made the right decision not to sell him in January, despite the amount of money, is because I'd rather have him in the squad than have no one at all.
I wouldn't.
Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I know, based off last night, very annoying. In fact, beyond annoying, it's criminal. But January the 18th, he did win us 3 points. Well, hear me out again. Hear me out.
Yay! That's another 6 months of bullshit now I've got to take because he won me 3 points against Brentford.
Sam, he won us 3 points a month ago. Do you know what he's done in the last 2 games? Cost us 4. by missing the open goal and not trying
He
to
won us
target
3
into
points
the
away
box.
at Newcastle 3 years ago. You're gonna bring that up? He won us He won us 3 points away at Forest last year. You're gonna bring that up as well? Go ahead, bring it up since you're being shameless.
I'm not the enemy. I'm not the enemy.
Callum, you're a Christian man, right? You're a Christian. Are you a Christian? Yes or no?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Does it say in the Bible, do devil's advocate? No, it doesn't. Does it say in the Bible you should lie to be devil's advocate? No, it doesn't.
No,
So how
I'm
about
not-
you state your honest opinion instead of rattling us both? How about you do that,
I'm
mate?
not trying to rattle you. Remember, I stated my opinions yesterday. I don't think Nunez has been good enough for Liverpool. I don't think he ever will be good enough for Liverpool. Again, I'll be consistent. I don't think he's a crap footballer. I just don't think he's at this level. I think he goes to Italy and Spain and he does way better than what he does here. What I do have an issue with, though, is what do we do between now and the end of the season? Because he's not going to go. We do need him. We do need him because we can't rely on Jota.
I'd just rather not play him. Genuinely, I would rather use Harvey Elliott more.
He is up top.
I'd have Diaz and Jota as my two strikers, Chiesa and Elliott as my backup wingers, and I hate Elliott on the wing. But I would rather play Elliott on the wing than subject myself to more minutes of Darwin fucking Nunez up front.
Does he not deserve another chance?
Say that. Look at the camera. Put yourself full screen. Say that without smiling, without smirking right now. Say that.
I'm laughing at Tom's reaction because this is the most upset I've ever seen Tom. Hear me out again.
Does he deserve another chance?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
51 big chances missed.
I hear it.
51.
I hear it. I hear it. I'm not judging. I'm not trolling.
Sam, we should let him get to 52 and then 53 and 54.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We've seen other players this season throw up stinkers and do a madness. I'll use Trent as an example. The Man United game. People crashing out Trent saying, sell him in January, do this, that, and the other. I came out and I said, let's not do that. He had a bad game today. Pull him to the side, sort him out. The next game, and since then, he's been much better. Granted, you probably couldn't have got any worse than that game. I'm saying for me, this is rock bottom for Nunez right now. I'm saying the only way now is up. How far up he goes, that's obviously the question.
Is it?
My thing is this. We are a stronger squad if he can play and we can get a tune out of him. We have to do, guys. We have to do something. We have to do something.
You want to do something? You don't play him, so you preserve his value. You don't play him, so you preserve his value.
Preserve his value. It's going to do the opposite.
Oh, because performances like yesterday are going to preserve his value.
No, that's not. Look,
35 minutes played, 0 passes for my number 9. Do you understand what the most damning thing today was? Arne's not done a press conference today. His pre-City one.
Know.
All he said, I wish I could play Jota 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the most damning thing. He would rather not play fucking Nunez. He doesn't rate Nunez. He's sitting there. Nunez not putting in the work. Nunez not doing this. Nunez not doing that. But he deserves more chances. But we should do this. But he'll come good. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting shit to change. 51 times we have trusted Nunez. 51 times it has failed. You said this is rock bottom. Lad, I've been here 6 times in his career already. His career's just this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's like a fucking heartbeat monitor, but it starts at the bottom. I get little spikes of, oh, there's a Europa League goal. There's a Europa League goal. Fucking hell, man. I can't be arsed. Well, let's just call it there. I need to go anyway. But I've had a nice little rant session about Darwin Nunez there. It's freeing for the soul. Freeing for the soul. Big ups, everyone.
Tom, you're a legend, bro. I'm sorry if I've annoyed you. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Yeah.
You know, I don't know what Tom's belief system is. But you're a Christian man. I'm a Muslim man. We're taught to not lie. We're taught to not be like the devil. Stop being devil's advocate. Be Callum Sanderson. People tune into Kop-Ish to watch Callum Sanderson. They don't tune in to watch the devil. Okay?
No.
So now look into the camera and state your honest opinion without trying to rattle. Okay? Be honest. Be an honest man of integrity and honor. Say it as it is.
No, but I've been honest and spoken about it. The reason I don't want to do that now, especially where there's no one like Drift should hopefully be in soon. And obviously I know Drift will bring a different perspective to things. The reason why I don't want to just sit here and crash out on Nunez, one, because I did that last night, and two, it doesn't make for a good show, bro. Because if me and you were just here, we're just crashing out on Nunez, we're not bringing another side to the argument. We're not. Now, what I will say that is,
do you think the Iraq war should have happened?
Say again? No.
Do you think the Iraq war should have happened?
No, of course not.
Yeah, but you want to know why that happened? Because people brought a different side to the argument. That's why that happened. When the biggest protest in UK history happened against the war, they were like, let's hear out the other side of the argument. Weapons of mass destruction. 10 years later, 1 million people died.
No,
Not always the other side of the argument should be brought. There is no argument. Listen, we must sit back. We must now take a step back. 64 million pound, flop. Worst striker we have seen in our life, check. Most big chances missed ever with the least amount of goals, check. Dog shit, check. Deleted Instagram pictures after Anfield singing Nunez every time, check. Absolute dog shit, check. Lost me a lot more points than he's won me, check. There is literally not a single positive you can bring about the guy. And on top of that, he's now sulking on the pitch like a little bitch as well. And Slot has called that out. Have you noticed? Slot is now calling out the fact that Nunez is sulking like a little bitch. So he doesn't even have... because Darwin Nunez playing is a war on our souls. That's what that was. So I made a war comparison. Our souls. Bro, I'm getting white hair. I'm 29 years old. How am I getting white hair? I'm 29 years old because it's bum. So it's a war on our health. It's a war on our mentals. It's a war on our mental health. I have to go see someone after the game yesterday. I have to go see someone. I have to see a therapist or something. I can't cope with this anymore. Khalas, I've had enough. How am I 29 years old? I'm getting white hairs. This is not normal. For an Arab as well. We're hairy individuals. Like if I cut my hair within a week, my hair will grow back. And I have fucking white hair coming out because of this fucker, bro. Like, I'm sorry for swearing so much, but I just can't understand. And there's one thing, okay, listen, but before the Nunez thing, because Drifty will come on. Can I ask the Slot question? I've been pro Slot from the start. Everyone knows I had the emotional reaction because Xabi Alonso said no to Liverpool Football Club, and I was just emotional. I shouldn't have been emotional, and I took that back literally a day later, and I said I'm going to back Slot till the end. Yesterday was the first time I criticized Slot. I hate robotic bullshit. Utter woke nonsense. I hate utter woke nonsense. There is nothing I hate more than utter woke nonsense. And I'll tell you why. The thing with utter woke nonsense is the following. Premeditated substitutions. Trent must come off on the 60th minute because of sports science and the knee, and he's just back from injury.
Hold on, we're going to get to that. Let's stay on Nunez for a bit because we're going to get to that stuff. We are going to get to that.
Go on.
Everything you and Tom have said about Darwin, I've said. Everything you said, I've said. And I agree with everything you both have said. Obviously, I'm not going to name call him and stuff like that, but I understand the frustration. The reason I asked this, though, if we have him in the squad and we're chasing a title, for me, I'm willing to do anything football-wise for us to win this league. Therefore, I'm saying between now and the end of the season, we must find a solution to this problem, even if it's short term. We're not going to turn him into a fantastic striker between now and the end of the season. We're not going to turn him into a great finisher between now and the end of the season. But we have to find a way of turning him into some sort of an asset. Whether that means we play him on the wing, whether that means we bring him on late in games to see out games, we need to find a solution of some sort. So the question I'm asking is, how do we do that? What does the future look like between now and the end of May for Darwin Nunez? Because just saying, just leave him on the bench, that's not going to help us. Because I tell you what will happen. This is what will happen as us as football fans. Let's say he's on the bench for the next 3 games, and let's say we draw those next 3 games. It's going to change to, you know what, we could have maybe played Darwin in those games, and maybe, just maybe, he could have done something. So what do we do now, between now and the end of the season, to potentially use him to help us win this Premier League, in your opinion, bro?
I love that. I love that, genuinely. That's a fantastic attempt from you, Callum. That was a fantastic attempt of convincing absolutely nobody Listen, I've had it up to here now. There's no more use. Listen, I'm out of the FA Cup. That's done. Carabao Cup, I've got a final at Wembley. I'd rather play Tom Little up top. I'm not even joking. Imagine against Newcastle, we get 1 or 2 opportunities. I'm going to give it to that bum. So I don't want that. Premier League, I've got 13 finals left. Champions League, any mistake now costs you. It's done. If it's up to me, I wouldn't even have him in the matchday squad. I trust Chiesa more, Jota more, Diaz more, Gakpo more. That's who I trust more. I can't be convinced. There is nothing that you can say in this whole episode that will convince me there is any use of having Darwin Nunez in the team. And yesterday proved it. The Brentford game, he used that card. He has one game like that a season. Brentford, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. One game per year. He used his card early this year, and that's it. Now, he's essentially useless from now to the end of the season. No first touch, no passing ability, no brain, no IQ, no football IQ. Can't finish with his weak foot, can't finish with a strong foot, can't finish with his head. Always offside. Doesn't help out the team in any way, shape, or form. It's done. It's over. The experiment is over. Even if you're Nunez's biggest fan and you're in love with him and you've got Nunez posters and you play the Newcastle 2 goals on repeat or the Forest winner or the Brentford winners on repeat in your room every single day before you go to bed and your name is Darweezy9 on Twitter, it's over. That's it. It's just give up at this point. It's done. Recall Dan's from loan. Give them Nunez instead. Hi guys! Callum Sanderson just got disconnected, you guys. Welcome to the Don Hussam takeover of Kop-Ish.
No, sorry, not that quickly. All right. So, Hussam, then, who plays up top from now until the end of the season?
Jota, Diaz, Chiesa, Gakpo. Yesterday made us see how much we missed Gakpo, man.
Agreed.
Fantastic player. Fantastic player. Definitely scores one of the Jota chances 100%. Easily scores the Donkey's chance. Easily. I was going to say something else, but don't want to get too demonetized.
Appreciate. Let me ask you a question. Do we have a problem with our attack? Because I think we do. And if... no, I do.
Do you think? Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 100%. I look at that attack and we're Salah going out. If Salah goes off form or he drops form or worse, something happens to him, we don't win this league.
100%. Mo gets injured, it's over. It's over.
We have 2 attackers who I trust in this team. The rest I do not trust at all. Who, in your opinion, out of the other 4, would you say is the safest and why?
Gakpo, 100%.
No. Gakpo and Salah, they're cool. I said the other 4, not Gakpo and Salah. They sit at a table by themselves. They sit at the top table. The rest of them are at the canteen. They're at the canteen table. Who
Diaz is capable of putting on a performance without scoring, aka Bournemouth. So he can at least link up play and help us if we need a bit of control drop deep. Jota, on his day, can be clinical. Yesterday, I hope, was just an anomaly, bad game for him. Chiesa...
This season hasn't been clinical, by the way.
I disagree. I think he has a lot of clinical moments. Before he got injured against Chelsea, he was very clinical. He literally, the goal that he scored against Crystal Palace is the definition of clinical because we literally had like
in that game, bro, he missed another 3 chances, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Jota usually scores 1 out of 3, 1 out of 2, which is clinical enough. Anyway, I still don't think he's a 0 out of 4 striker. Like yesterday is an anomaly, we have to be honest. Chiesa, I don't know what I'm going to get with him, but I'm willing to take the risk. Other guy, I don't even want to speak. I've already made my case. I trust him 0. Negative trust. When we put him on, I feel worse.
So if I was to say to you, Hussam, you're on the board for the summer, how would you reshape our attack? What would you do? Who would you sell and who would you try and buy? Even if you haven't got names, what positions of players would you try and get?
Sell Nunez.
Yeah.
100%. First thing I'm doing. I'm calling Saudi Arabia. Hey, do you still have that offer? You can call Newcastle. You could go like, I'm going to offer you 100 million for Isak or 120 plus Nunez. See which one they accept. And
we'll pay them extra plus give them Nunez.
You're giving them Nunez, isn't it? So you have to give them 20 million extra just in case. Jota has to go because he's always injured, not for footballing reasons. Diaz has to go as well. Those three for me have got to go. Chiesa, backup left winger, backup forward, whatever, I don't mind. Gakpo, proven his worth, no problem. Salah, king, best player in the world. Give him a contract, give him his money. Without him, we'd be in a top 4 race if we're lucky. We'd be top 6, top 7 right now without Salah. Dan's still a kid, but those three have to go. I'm signing a left winger. I'm signing a striker. I'm signing a backup young striker, like who still has a long way to go, basically, just as an option. So I'd go for like an Isak, Pedro, Cunha, and then I'd go for like one of them, basically. And then I'd go for like a younger striker who isn't proven yet, who we think has the potential to become something. It depends how.
Does that block Dan's pathway? Could you not go for a more experienced striker than Isak, even though that experienced striker might not be as good?
Who would have been perfect for us, but we messed it up? Kvaratskhelia on a reel. He's in our price tag as well.
Perfect with he, because I didn't do videos on that, did I? I didn't go live when we were linked with him, did I? So of course he would have been bloody perfect.
50 million, yeah, 50 million pounds would have been perfect for us. By the way, he's already scored. Like PSG literally scored yesterday, and scored in the League A as well. So I'm giving Kvaratskhelia. I wish we could have signed him, so I'd give him. I'd be interested to look at the Lookman thing, and there's a reason why I say I'd be interested. Is because with the Gasperini thing, that could bring his price way down. Like you could probably get him like for 20 now. And that could be a market opportunity I'm interested in, so I could sign him. So there's plenty of opportunities. I think this summer is a buyer's summer. But, instead of me talking about Nunez all the time, I'd like to introduce you to John W. Henry, Tom Werner, Fenway Sports Group, the Boston Red Sox, the Penguins, the biggest bums as owners in the whole Premier League, the worst ownership group in the league.
They're not the worst.
So,
they're not the worst.
Yes,
they're
the worst. Yeah, they're the worst.
Spurs fans will say otherwise.
Factually, Ange Postecoglou has spent more money than Liverpool over the last 4 years.
How they spent the money is the problem, though. Spurs are terrible.
That's not my problem. That's what we spend money smartly. Spend more than I did.
So for me personally, I'd sell Jota, Nunez, and Diaz. I'd keep Chiesa, and I'd actually make Chiesa my backup left winger because I think he's more effective from the left.
Agreed.
I'd try and bring in another left-footed right winger, providing we keep Salah. Someone like a Tyler Diblin, who's not expected to start straight away, but will also have a step up from Southampton. The hardest thing for me now is buying 2 strikers, because if you go and get an Isak, the other striker you go and get is going to know they're not going to be starting that much. So I would try and get someone on a free and just try and tempt someone and be like, look, you'll get your chances.
Can I give you an example? Let's say Ipswich get relegated and they want 30 million for Delap. Would you do that?
But they want way more than that for Delap.
I'm saying as an example. I don't know what clauses he has in his contract. You never know. Like we would have never thought that we could sign McAllister for 35 million, but there was a clause in his contract we activated.
True.
So you never know. Maybe he has like a relegation clause for 30 million, 25 million. You never know.
I'd be surprised if he does. But again, does that give you a problem because Jadon Dan's and him are around the same age? That's what I'm saying. If Isak's 25, 26 when you sign him, do you not go for someone who's maybe like 30 years old who will still give you a couple of seasons that lets Dan's or whoever that young striker is just progress a little bit more so there's not as much pressure on said player?
The thing is, I'm a fan of Jadon Dan's, but at the end of the day, we're not a developmental club. We could look at one of the clubs that get promoted from the championship and give them Dan's on loan for a season, see how he does and take it from there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
There we go. Drift, welcome to the show, bro.
What's happening, people?
I wish Tom was here. I wish Tom was here, honestly.
Drift. After having
I heard it crash out.
Yeah, that's the most angry I've ever heard, Tom. Talk to me, Drift. How are you feeling after yesterday's game? Do you feel any different about any of the opinions we all had last night, or any different in anything at all?
Nah. Yeah, I'm too ill to actually care enough. So apologies for anyone who thinks I'm gonna come in and just crash out as well. Defend Nunez. I stopped defending Nunez ages ago. I just told people to stop abusing him because the abuse is the part I have the issue with. I did the same thing.
Have you seen the post he came out with on Twitter today? And then I think he came out with 2. I think he deleted 1.
Yeah, the one that said how like he's been down before and he'll be back again. Something to that effect. Because I'm guessing
and stuff like that.
Well, I'm guessing he had an emotional reaction to what happened and then probably checked himself or maybe got checked by Slot, maybe, so he realized he did wrong because he just walked off the pitch, didn't he? And he didn't clap the fans. But obviously, I don't agree with doing that. I don't think you should ever do that. But he hears all the abuse as well, so he can't just go, oh, well, that fan's cool, so I'll think with him. But maybe that way he's just like, fans are fans and I'm getting a lot of abuse. Fuck it. It's wrong. I don't agree with it. But as a human, I understand it as well. So he's realized he made a mistake. So he's tried to kind of like, in a way, be like, yeah, I'll be better, guys.
Genuine question. Do you actually think he gets as much abuse as he's had love since he's been here?
Yeah, but love doesn't sound loud when you're being abused. That's the problem. He does get backed by quite a few people. I get that. But abuse is always louder. That part there is the part clearly he doesn't deal with well, or he doesn't like, or whatever. Every player is different, right? So he doesn't, and what it is like when he misses chances. See, because this is the thing. I'm not making excuses for him, so please don't. Nobody be childish. If we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation. It's so easy to just get excited about Hassam and Tom crashing out on the player because you hate him as well and you love every second of it. But let's be grown-ups if we're going to have a conversation about it. He's a human, okay? So he's thinking every time he misses a chance, oh, for fuck's sake, that's more abuse I'm going to get. And it's going to play on his mind. And it's going to affect the next chance he gets, and the next chance he gets, and the next chance he gets. And he's now realizing, even when I do score, it don't make no difference. So he probably doesn't even think there is any point
now.
That's
not true, Drift, because when he does score, everyone who's a Darwin fan goes absolutely insane.
But then the next time he misses a chance, it's forgotten and it didn't even happen, bro. And then it's just back to the you're shit, you're not good enough again. Do you get what I mean? So in that little tiny moment, he might enjoy it, but it don't last long.
Also, is it abuse or criticism?
No, at this point, it's abuse. Criticism isn't like a half an hour rant. That's, and when I say abuse, I don't always mean like putting him down personally, but like if somebody is just like going at you for half an hour about how crap you are, it becomes abuse. Even if it's constructive, it starts to become a point where it's like every single person, all they're ever doing is saying, I'm shit, I'm shit, I'm shit, I'm shit. So maybe abuse is the wrong word, but like it just becomes something as an individual, you personally, if it's about you, it affects you, it bothers you, it gets you down. Do you get what I'm saying? He's a human being at the end of the day. So the only thing I disagree with out of everything that was said in that first 20, 25 minutes is, and I know you were being devil's advocate, so I don't know whether you agree or not legitimately, but you made the point that I agree with. If anybody believes we're better off with him or without him, now there's no more transfer windows going, that's stupid to me. He's still a body. He's still a professional footballer. He's still caused chaos for other teams, regardless of whatever way, in certain ways, that has been helpful. He has 5 goals and 2 assists in the last 18 months that directly led to us winning games. So yes, he's cost us points, like you could say yesterday, but he does also help to a degree to gain points as well. Even if not even just winning, got the assist for Salah against Arsenal as example, so it still gained us a point. So it's not even also got to be winning 3 points. There's still moments in games where he will help us to gain some kind of advantage. Is he annoying? Yes. Is it getting on your nerves? Yes. Is it getting on my nerves? Yes. Do I believe he'll be who I thought he was going to be? Not anymore. But I'm still not going to pile on and start going in on him and doing the things that make no sense now that we have nobody else and other options. We saw what Jayden Daniels did in that Champions League game. He was awful because he's not ready for that level. There's no way anybody could tell me it was better to have Daniels than Nunez to try and win the league. That is literally just, you hate Nunez so much, you just want anything. That isn't how it works. Nunez will be beneficial more in the squad than he won't be between now and the end of the season. Regardless of whether you want to hear that or not, regardless of whether you believe it or not, because how much you hate him, he will be more beneficial in the squad than if he's not in the squad. So people saying never see him again, or we should have sold him and it didn't matter if we bought anyone, that right there is just stupid. You're only thinking about the summer. It would have been nice to have the money in the summer, yeah. But between now and the summer, what would we have done? What would we have done if Diaz and Nunez and Jota were both injured? What would we do? Well, you want to end up in an Arsenal situation where they're trying to find a DM or a central midfielder to pretend he's a forward for the rest of the season. You'd rather have that than Nunez, because if you would, then for me, that's foolishness. Is he annoying? Yes. But he can also have moments, and he has. So regardless of which way you look at it, I still think, as you said, Cal, it's stupid to think it's better to just have sold him and have a less body than it is to keep him and he'll contribute in some way like he has done at different points during the 2.5 years he's been here. And that's the last time I want to speak on Nunez, honestly, because it is so fucking draining now. It's so
let me respond to what Drifty said objectively, since you want to have an objective conversation. First of all, when it comes to the abuse stuff, there's a lot to respond to. When it comes to the abuse stuff, this is a high pressure sport. The pylons and the stuff. I'm not talking about someone DMing him on Instagram. I'm not talking about someone DMing his wife or his family. I'm simply talking about what happens on the football pitches. This is a high pressure sport. The moment you sign for Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, the biggest clubs in the world, you can expect high levels of criticism, whether it's half an hour, 2 hours. You know, we've got Real Madrid waving the white flag at Gareth Bale. They wave the white flag at Karim Benzema. You know, they've had multiple moments like that. It's a high pressure sport, and when you sign for one of the biggest clubs in the world, you know, you are going to get criticized. The second thing is, I believe Darwin Nunez have received more love than certain players who have achieved more for Liverpool Football Club. I think Darwin Nunez has got more love than the likes of Jordan Henderson. I think Darwin Nunez has got more loves than the likes of Fabinho, than the likes, even I would say probably than the likes of Mane. I think he gets more grace than even a Mo, because Mo, we microanalyze every single moment. We microanalyze every single Van Dijk moment, every single Trent Alexander-Arnold moment, by the way. Like, there are people blaming him for yesterday's game, Trent, when he was one of our better players. So we microanalyze every single one of the world-class players. There were some people yesterday who said Alisson should be doing better. So we microanalyze all the elite players or the incredible players. We talk about injury records, but with Darwin Nunez, we don't do the same. We actually give him a lot more grace as a fan base, because for the last 2.5 years, all I've heard at Anfield and away grounds is, as soon as Darwin Nunez misses a clear-cut opportunity, Nunez. That's not abuse, in my opinion. You know, and like I said, we've already established that no one here agrees that you should DM a footballer or insult his wife or his family or blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to criticism, you sign for one of the biggest clubs in the world, you can expect criticism. Me and you like Joao Pedro. If we sign Joao Pedro in the summer and the first 15 games he doesn't score a goal, guess what? He's going to get criticized. Even though me and you both like him, even though me and you both want him, even though me and you both think that he's a good player. You want to know why? Because it's an elite level sport. It's one of the biggest clubs. Now, when it comes to Darwin Nunez and him having a body there, sometimes having a body there affects you negatively. So what I said was not stupid or foolish or whatever, because I do think sometimes you can have addition by subtraction. I'll give you a prime example. It was the same thing with Jordan Henderson. It's not just a matter of just signing someone, because Jordan Henderson became a net negative even as a body, because he became a net negative in terms of he believed his own hype towards the end. Klopp said it before we sold Henderson. He looked at Henderson in the face and couldn't tell him that I think that you should be our starting midfielder anymore. But Henderson thought that he should be the starting midfielder. He should be the player that starts. He got arrogant. He believed in his own hype and didn't look at his own performances on the pitch. He didn't hold himself accountable. And having Henderson starting became a net negative, because you had the people who would defend him relentlessly as he's the Liverpool captain, and you had the people who would criticize him relentlessly, like myself, because of his performances on the pitch. And it became a net negative having a body there. Sometimes you can have a body that's in the way. And in terms of, like with Darwin Nunez, I already know what I'm going to get. 9 times out of 10, he's going to miss a clear-cut opportunity. 9 times out of 10, he's going to be through on goal and miss. With the others, I don't know what I'm going to get. Diaz might score, might miss. Jota might score, might miss. Chiesa might score, might miss. I'd rather risk the unknown than go with something that I know clear cut after 2.5 years of evidence does not work. And that is my honest, objective response. Because in my honest opinion, had we sold Darwin Nunez in January and bought no one, I think it would have affected us positively in terms of I would have rather seen Chiesa get those minutes, Gakpo get those minutes, Diaz get those minutes, whichever one it is. As an example, yesterday, in my opinion, I think that Szoboszlai wasn't having the best of games, right? If I was actually saying Slot, I don't know why he didn't take off Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai made the right decision as the number 10 to pass to the number 9. So when we're talking about trust, he trusted him. He played him the opportunity. He was like, Darwin, you're the number 9. Score the good chance. You're right in front of goal. Let's go. And it's a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity with an empty net, which I genuinely think we are expecting League 2 strikers to score. And yet we're sat here going like, what about Jota? What about Jota? Yes, but I already acknowledge. Jota missed 4 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. He should have scored at least 2. He should have bare minimum should have scored 1. Now, the reason why Jota doesn't get this energy is because Jota hasn't been doing this for 2.5 years. This is the first time where we're going like, shit, Jota actually got 4 big chances and he missed them all. Because if I told you, if we were, imagine we were doing the same exact video on Wednesday before the game or Tuesday before the game, right? Imagine we were doing this. And I told you, guys, away at Villa, Jota's going to get 4 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Minimum, I think, in my honest opinion, probably Drifty and Callum would have said he'd score 2. And if someone thought maybe Jota isn't in the best of form, he'd say he'd score 1 at least. Now, he didn't score any. So, of course, it's unacceptable. But because he has credit in the bank and because he usually finishes those chances, we're going to go like, okay, I think this is a one-off with Jota. With Nunez, it's not a one-off case.
That's obvious,
Yeah, so with Nunez, it's not a one-off case. So when I say addition by subtraction, I would have rather, and with Jayden Dance, yes, he had a very bad game away at PSV. No problem. Agreed 100%. But at the same time, he had very good games in the FA Cup. He had very good games in the Carabao Cup. He had incredible, dinked finishes, which show me he has confidence. Once again, this is the known versus the unknown. I don't know with Jayden Dance. I don't know. He might have scored the chance yesterday. I don't know. He might not be in the position to score the chance. I don't know. My point is, I'm willing to take the risk with the unknown versus go with the known that I know for 2.5 years hasn't worked.
But again, what you
I didn't insult him once in this monologue.
No, and that's fine, and that's why this is proper conversation. But here's the thing, though, Don. What you're doing is you're only thinking about it from a goal scoring point of view, which I understand because you're fed up and you're frustrated. So I have no issue with people having that opinion. But here's the point where I'll say, but you don't need to use him up front, though, where the body can be utilized, bro. You can use him on the wing for the last 25 minutes to rest one of our players, for him to just run channels, keep the opposition honest, take pressure off of our defense, see games out. You can find ways to use him now that isn't get him in front of the goal where he might miss the chance that will frustrate you. So, bro, you're only thinking he's playing number 9 and he's going to fuck up a chance. But what about using him in other ways? Because let's not act like he doesn't have attributes that can't be useful. He can run channels and relieve pressure off the defense. He can come on and let somebody have a rest if we're winning a game, see the game out. He still has a level of professionalism way above people like Dan's, who's so young and raw, where he can do certain things and he's learned certain things to understand. So find another way to use him, bro. That still benefits his body being in the squad. It doesn't have to be, oh, he's just a striker and he might miss a chance. That's the easy way to look at it, because that's the way to just continue to think, oh, he's useless. There's no point. What if we, God forbid, had an Arsenal situation? Would it not still be better for him to be able to play left wing and then maybe have Jota up front? It's like, God forbid we lost like Diaz and Gakpo. It'd be like, well, or at least we can get some resemblance of a left winger out of Nunez for a game. Do you get what I mean? Where it won't be about him scoring goals, but he can run channels, keep the defense under pressure, and have the pace to be able to somewhat help. Do you get what I mean? Like, it doesn't just have to be he's in front of the goal, he might miss a chance. That is why it was more beneficial to have him here while we're trying to win the league than not, in my opinion. But again,
but the thing that you just brought to the table, objectively, genuinely, Dance can do. If I need someone of 15 minutes to run the channels, there's no one that can run the channels more than a young, excitable player who wants to prove his worth to the manager for the last 15 minutes.
He ain't got the
He's
pace.
a local lad. He's
He ain't got
scouts.
the
He's going to
pace,
come
bro.
for 15 minutes and run his heart out on that left-hand side.
But he hasn't got the pace to play wing, though, bro. Not Dan. Dan's doesn't have the pace to play.
Yeah, but I don't
wing.
think Gakpo's necessarily quick, and I think he's our best winger. Now, in terms
No,
of
but
you
he's
telling me
obviously-
work rate, like, I do think if I put Jayden Dan's left wing, he would have came back and helped out and done that stuff as well. So I think the thing that you're offering me with Darwin Nunez is something, with all due respect, I can get with probably 99% of footballers in world football. I can get with literally anyone. Like, we could have just went to a Crystal Palace, signed any of their young wingers on loan who are quick, and I could have got that.
That's fair enough. I mean, I think Nunez does a good job of helping defend corners. From heading, I've seen him head the ball out loads of times when he does well. As you said, coming back defensive action. I think there's ways you can still find to utilize him in the squad till the end of the season that's more beneficial than just money in the bank for no reason. Personally, I also believe Liverpool probably said no, knowing the offer will come back in.
I think
So
Will
it's
it?
like we haven't got.
Will it?
anything to
Because they
lose
signed
by-
John Duran now. I'm not sure that they will.
Even if it was no, but I don't think it was the same club that wanted Nunez.
I think we said no because
It was Al Nassr, same club.
I don't think we could have got a player in that we wanted in January. I don't think we said no because we wanted to wait till the summer. On what you're saying, Drift, you talk about him coming on and harassing the fullback and doing that job, which in the past he's been able to do. His body language in the last couple of games, though, hasn't been very good. Do you think
Klopp
there's an
has called
issue
that
there?
out as well.
Because I think it's just got to the point now where he just can't take it anymore. Whether it be the stress, the abuse, the pressure, whatever it is, I just think he's like at his wit's end now. So that's probably what that is. So
we
maybe
keep saying abuse. I don't think Darwin Nunez is not sat there watching Don Hussam, bro. Like, at the stadium, he doesn't get abuse. At
bro,
the stadium,
you don't know this, bro.
No, but at the stadium, it went like when
90%
the
of
moment
the time
happens.
he
When the
gets
moment
support.
happens in the game, there's not abuse. He doesn't get
No,
abuse.
I know that, but we all know the world we live in now is outside of that. Because if that's what if we're gonna go along that metric, then that means that we can't have a go at FSG for thinking that there's a problem because they just see support in the stadium. Like, we know the world is bigger than just what happens in that 90 minutes in the
No,
in
but
the,
if we talk about, no, but they're not on the football pitch. We talk about like Nunez actually on.
But
the football
FSG
pitch.
get no abuse from game going fans, Cal.
No, but that's not. It's
They actually get
completely-
protected.
No, but that's too.
So
completely
therefore, that
different
means that that's the reason why FSG think it's okay then, because they only pay attention to 90
Yeah,
minutes.
I agree with you. Yeah, that's correct. That's
But
correct.
that isn't
But
the
at the same
reality.
time,
The
you can't
reality
have your
is
cake
that
and
the
eat
rest
it.
of us
It
don't
It
like
can't
that.
be one way for
It's
FSG,
two-
one way
it's
for
two
Nunez. I agree with you on
completely
FSG. Yes.
It's two.
The
completely
only
different
time
scenarios.
they switched up their thing is when the fans walked out. So I agree with you. When the match going fans turn on FSG, that's when FSG will feel the pressure. 100%. I agree. No problem. I agree
But
with
that
completely.
doesn't mean that FSG can be given a blight for not doing anything because they know what's going on for the rest of the 99.
Same way Nunez can't get a blind. Same thing.
No, but he can hear the abuse or he can hear the criticism because there's 24 hours in a day, and for 90 minutes of a match once every 3 days, yeah, he might get support. But the rest of the time, what you think he can't hear all of this? You think he doesn't know this is happening?
No,
Come
because
on.
I think he
We're
gets
too
support
grown
from
to
his
be
family.
naive.
Okay, I think he gets support from his family. He gets support from all his fellow players. He gets support. If you watch Salah, like
Yeah.
literally talking to him pre-game, stuff like this,
Yeah,
he
of
gets
course.
support from Arne Slot, who still, even with all this, hasn't lost
Yes.
belief in him, still brings him on in games. So, like, 90% of his life is support. Now, once again, we're not condoning the abuse
only
that he
the
gets.
people around him done. That's he.
Yeah, but we're
he
not
can
condoning
hear
this
the noise.
abuse
He
that
knows
he
the
gets.
noise.
I'm just
90%.
saying, you're Darwin Nunez, right? You're going into Anfield. You're playing a game of football. You know for a fact, if you miss 3 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, you're gonna hear the cop sing Nunez, Nunez, Nunez. I'm sorry, that's not an abusive relationship. That's a supportive relationship.
Yeah, but maybe at this point, because he knows of everything that's going on, he's like, they're patronizing me a bit because they're like, oh, don't get down. When it's like, well, you hear what everyone else says. You think these footballers don't know social media and they don't hear what is being said about them. And so
Yeah,
if
but
you're
Drifty, you're
constantly
trying to
being
do both
told that
sides
you're
and it's
shit
not
all the
working.
time, it's gonna bother you.
Yeah, but Drifty, you
gonna
can't do
bother
both
you.
sides. You can't do both sides. Because if
No,
I'm telling you,
I'm just
because
saying
you're
to
making the
people-
argument that he gets abused, I'm showing you the other side, and then you go like, oh, he thinks it's condescending. You can't do it both ways. Like, I don't think Anfield singing
in that
Nunez,
moment,
Nunez is
I'm just saying
condescending.
that's how I would think. I'm not saying that's what he thinks. I'm just giving you an answer to your question.
Yeah,
If
but
I
actually, it
heard-
is true. We are babying him.
If I heard if I was being abused on social media for 99% of the time, but the people in the crowd after I miss a few chances cheered my name, at some point I'll start thinking, are they just being condescending here? Is this like, is this kind of like, is it because I know majority of the people are abusing me? That's just me. Obviously, I have no idea whether that's what he's thinking, but at the end of the day, I just don't think that there's any point now going over and over it. We all know how everybody feels. We all know what everybody thinks. There's no point wasting any more time having the same conversation anymore. Just leave it now. He's not good enough. He'll leave in the summer. Just leave it at that. Why are we beating a dead horse? It's dead. What is the point in beating a dead horse?
The issue is the horse is not dead because the horse cost us yesterday, and the horse plays, and the horse is still at the football club.
So I guarantee you, between now and the end of the season, Nunez will do one or two things that will be beneficial for the club. And even if it's just those one or two things, it's better than it not happening.
Do you guys think this is a confidence thing with Nunez in front of goal or not? Because I hear this a lot. I hear
confident. Of course.
What makes you say it's confidence, though, Drift? Because this is where
when I see him playing with a resemblance of confidence, which I've seen once or twice while he's been here, he actually does things, and you're like, oh shit. Like the second goal against Brentford, for example, he's got the first goal. It filled him with confidence. Look how perfect the touch was and the good finish to get the second to win the game. Like little things like that. Like when you see a little element of confidence within him, you think, oh shit, there is a player there. But he's just so fragile with his confidence that it can easily be shattered. But I still think whenever I've seen a player that's got that little bit of confidence in him, earlier on in the season, checked back onto his left foot, scored a brilliant goal. In that moment, he felt confident, scored it. Like his confidence is just way too fragile. That's the problem.
Do you think it's more of a confidence issue or a lack of ability issue?
I genuinely believe, and I remember I have absolutely no facts behind this. This is just my belief. I genuinely believe every time he gets an opportunity, he thinks, "Fuck! If I miss, I'm gonna get abused." That's what I think.
But surely every striker probably feels like that.
Yeah, maybe, but obviously there comes a point where you realize the snowball's going so much, it's going downhill now and you can't stop it.
So if that's the case, it's an ability thing then, because he should be able to rely on his ability to say, I'm going to put this ball in the back of the net.
No, because football is very heavily mental.
But this has been happening since he's first been here. His confidence wasn't shot in year one. I'd arguably say it wasn't even shot in year two. I'd arguably say it's shot now.
Even though he obviously did miss some big chances because that's part of his makeup. In the first 2 years, he's still got 20 plus goals and assists, right? This is the first time when we're like, right, he's not even statistically doing anything.
But when we're talking about the goals, we're talking like he came in not to be an assist person, and I'm not disputing the assist. I'm just talking about finishing right now.
Yeah,
his finishing since he's been at the club has always been erratic. Hence why I've never bought into the notion of it's a confidence thing, because I've seen so many strikers over the years that no matter the situation, if the technical ability is there, they'll still slot away most of their big chances, whereas he's doing the opposite. And he's not missing chances where you go, keeper's made a good save there. On the whole, he's missing chances where you go, I'd expect a midfielder or defender.
He's missing chances where there is no keeper to begin with.
Yeah, so that's why I said we're all in agreement that he's not good enough. But what do we get out of just every single time we have a stream talking about it? Like, what do we get out of it? All that does for me is just make me feel like your hate for him is so much that you just want to keep abusing him or keep putting him down because it's like you just like talking about it.
Yeah, but we haven't spoken about him against Wolves or against Everton or multiple times. Like, this is the time where we feel like he's cost us, and we're perfectly entitled to say when the scoreline is 2-2 and there's an empty net that you cost me the 3 points. There's nothing wrong with that.
Everything we said about...
But was it not said after the game happened?
No, but we
didn't do this against Wolves or Everton or even like other games we've dropped points in. No one blamed them for Newcastle. No one blamed them for Wolves.
After the Man United game, we did a post-match reaction on the Sunday about Trent. Then on the Monday, we still did a show about Trent as well. And then on the Tuesday, we're on Hassam's channel doing stuff about Trent. So this isn't
we
just
spoke about
exclusive to Nunez. We've done the same with the Fulham and Robbo stuff.
Yeah, but
every player's
I
had it.
don't agree with that either. Like 2-3 days in a row of just talking about the same guy to put him down. I'm like, right, we've done it.
It's
Let's
not putting
leave it.
down. It's criticism, bro. It's not putting it down. It's
And you wanted objective. I was
Yeah.
objective. I didn't insult him. I didn't say anything mad. I gave you objective reasons.
So you lot
to
believe this
go
is the
against
last
your
time
logic, and
that
that's
you
it.
want to talk about Nunez?
Honestly, I don't think this will be the last time we speak about Nunez this season. But it's whether it's going to be in a positive or negative way we speak about him the next time. Whether he does score a goal, or whether he does miss a chance that he shouldn't miss.
I hope it's a positive, even if someone
In the same way, it might be Jota who gets it next time. Bro, we crashed out on Chiesa this season.
No, I'm
We
not
crashed
talking
out
about.
Diaz
I'm
this
not
season.
talking about one-off times when you criticize someone based on the game. That's fine. I'm talking about continually just saying the same thing over and over again about the same player. It's like, at what point is it pointless? And now it's pointless
when he's not here. It's pointless when he's not here.
Yes. it's
Well,
pointless
then,
when
like
it's
I
not
said, I'm not having this conversation again because it's. I
But
don't
hold on,
like. I
hold
don't
on. So
like
when-
piling onto a player to the point where it's
When
like.
Naby
Yeah,
was
but
here-
you can
ever
you
being
can choose
negative
to
about the
criticize
player.
anyone in the 25
hold on.
players.
When
We have
Naby was-
25 players in the squad. Everyone's up for criticism. Not
when
a single
Naby was
player.
here, Naby used to get every week, and Naby wasn't even playing half the week.
No, but Naby, the Naby with issue was always just frustration about injuries. It was never putting him down and saying how crap he is and what. It was just, well, I can't believe this guy can't play.
Naby got
again. He's
Naby got
injured,
more
da,
abuse
da,
than
da.
Bro, Naby got just as much as abuse, if not more than Nunez.
A lot more
No,
than
That's
Nunez.
not true. That's
Bro,
not true.
You forget, bro.
Look,
Naby
if
Keita
you don't
definitely
want to
got
talk
a lot
about,
of abuse.
let me
Bro,
make it even easier.
on this show, we made a remix to Michael Jackson songs about Naby, bro. We did it in a
that,
tongue in cheek,
that was about him being injured, not about him being a crap
It was still about
footballer.
him, though, bro.
I don't think anybody ever called Naby a crap footballer.
Bro, I've seen it loads of times.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
people
it-
don't rate-
I don't.
There's
I
a lot
don't
of
think.
people who don't rate Naby as a footballer, by the way. It's not even
Well,
an injury.
that was very few and far between. I don't think anybody didn't rate Naby's ability. It was always about the fact that he was just never available with Naby.
Yes, but it's still criticism of Naby Keita, which is the point. Like
of
when I
course.
was asked, you said you watched earlier on. When he asked me who I'm selling, I said Jota because he's never fit enough. No problem.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
sometimes it's not just footballing like activities why you want someone gone. Maybe someone is like he said something wrong. Maybe someone's like blah blah blah. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
of course. But how many times? Look, at the end of the day, this is the easiest way for me to say it. If you lot want to pile on whenever he has a bad game,
It's not
that's
piling
up to
on,
you.
Drift. No, you keep on changing the
Apart
narrative.
from-
I'm not piling on, bro. We're having
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
even
don't think
talking
I've
to you,
piled
bro. I'm
on.
talking to anybody who wants to talk badly about Nunez. I will have a 2-second opinion during a player rating about what I think he did well or not, and then that's it. I can't be asked to do this. It's the same how I felt about loads of players in the past. Lovren, Carrius. It got to the point where it was like, guys, I can't be asked to keep talking about the same thing anymore in a negative way and just having this thing where now it just becomes just whooping this guy's ass all the time. Is he good enough? No, fair enough. But you know what? Leave it. And then if he has a good moment, in that moment, at least have the decency to go, do you know what? Fair play to him today. He did well.
We
Boom,
do,
that's
bro.
but we
We
do
do.
that.
No,
Even I did that against
No,
Brentford.
I'm saying that is how I am going to be now when it comes to, and to be honest with you, no, because I've seen loads of people go, who cares if he scored today? Still fucking
Nah,
shit.
stop,
And they
stop.
don't want to give any credit for the
Nah,
fact that he
you're
did.
living in the
How
echo
I've
chamber.
seen
if
it
you're
with my
saying
own
this. No,
eyes,
you're
bro.
living in the echo chamber if you're saying this. Because when he scored the
No,
brace
but,
against
no,
Brentford,
but you're thinking about how you did because you didn't do that. I
No,
see
no.
it regularly, bro. Whenever
Bro.
he does something well, they go, I don't give a fuck. He's still shit. Who cares? Bro, I see it all the time. It's not what you think, but I see it regularly, bro.
So you're telling me when he scored the brace against Brentford, the people who support Nunez, no matter what, they didn't crash out and
No,
go crazy?
not the people who support him. I'm talking about the 90% of the people who dislike him will say, oh, who gives a shit if he scored? He's still shit. What, you want me to give him credit now? But ooh, he scored. And they still just want to be negative towards him. Even when he does something well. That shit there is weird. And I'm just saying, I ain't going to talk about him anymore. I'm sick of talking about him now. He ain't good enough. He will leave in the summer. Why are we beating a dead horse? That's it.
But I'm the biggest Nunez hater on the planet, and when he scored against Brentford, I celebrated the goal. Like,
Yeah, but you're
I
just
don't-
one of many, though, bro.
yeah, but I don't
see
see what you're seeing. I see a lot more support.
so
from-
much-
But you lot are living in the same echo chamber than you're saying now,
We're
where
not
you
good,
probably are
because
annoyed at the
I still have
positivity.
seen
So
both.
you're like, look at these
still have
people
seen both.
backing him. So it's the same thing. It's just in reverse. If people are backing him, you think, I can't fucking believe people still back Nunez. So you believe that as well. So it's your own echo chamber.
No,
you're saying I live in.
But it's not an echo chamber because we see it every week at Anfield. And by the way, yesterday, same thing. Nunez.
And you lot do realise that supporting a player in the stadium is kind of normal, regardless of whether you like him or not, because in that moment, there's no benefit from putting him down. I actually think that you're stupid if you put him down during the game, because there's still a point where he might be able to help while the game's
This is where you're going too far, Drift. We're not saying to put him down in the stadium. In fact, I'm not going to speak about it.
So what would you want people to do then?
I'm going to speak
if you don't think that he gets support by people saying his name, what would you want in that moment when he misses? Would you want for people to just sit there and do nothing?
No, I'm going to speak from my point of view here. Unfiltered. The issue I've had with Nunez and the Nunez fans since the day he signed for Liverpool is the changing of narratives and the moving of goalposts. When we first signed him, we were told, and when I say I'll say I was told he's a gunman. I was told he might not get as many goals as Haaland, but he'll be just as effective as Haaland, and he'll do it just as much throughout a season as Haaland.
2.5 years ago, though, bro.
I'm telling you the goalposts, how they move. Then it got changed to you can't not play him because he causes chaos and he opens up space for everyone else. Then I got told, he's a facilitator. First season, it always happens. Look at his numbers in comparison to Suarez's first season. Look at his numbers in comparison to XYZ's numbers first season. Okay, cool. Second season, he gets the brace against Newcastle. He scores a goal against Bournemouth. I think he scores against West Ham. Told you everyone can hold that. I told you about Nunez. Then he goes on a drought and then starts performing badly. It's just Klopp's not playing him properly, or the team's not playing to his strengths. Okay, cool. Slot comes in. Nunez has to be the starting number 9. Slot likes to play with a focal point up top and does this, that, and the other. Okay, Slot starts playing him. He doesn't get goals. He then scores the goal against Brentford. Everyone's told no one else is scoring that goal. Look, this, that, and the other. Then it's okay, he stopped scoring goals again. But then he's having impact on games, and then it's he got 31 GA, but we're not actually breaking down the GA. We're just saying he got 31 GA. Then it's you can't even put him in the same realm as Timo Werner, but he's missing chances like Timo Werner was, and missing worse chances than Timo Werner. Now it's if you support him, if you don't support him, you're a hater. And when he scores the goals against Brentford, look, this is what he can do. The frustration I have with Darwin Nunez and the supporters is they've put him up on such a pedestal that a lot of his supporters are too frightened to just go, we got this one wrong, and maybe we've overgassed it. Maybe we've done it things a bit of a disservice here. I'm not saying when he misses the chances for him in the stadium to be ridiculed or anything like that. What I am saying is I have seen so many players over the years, players like Mane, etc., who have done so much for this club and never got the sort of treatment that he gets. And then people turn around and say, he's the most abused player, he's this, that, and the other. No, he might get abuse. And some of it, and a lot of it, no, not some of it, a lot of it is unwarranted. A lot of it goes over the top. But the love this man has got from so much of the fan base in comparison to so many of our past legends is absolutely insane, where it frustrates me so much when people still go, he's not being treated right, or continue to make excuse after excuse after excuse for him. We have a debate.
Who's still making excuses, Carl?
Loads of people, Drift. I will find you examples.
Because I don't see any excuses.
That's fine. I will find you examples on the internet. I will screenshot them and I'll send them to you. We had a debate on hair last night, and I've seen all over Twitter, Szoboszlai should have shot instead of passed the ball. If anyone else is in that position that Darwin's in, and Szoboszlai doesn't pass the ball, he gets abused. And that's another one. Szoboszlai gets abused, but that gets swept under the rug. If Szoboszlai doesn't pass the ball to Salah in that position, Jota in that position, or Gakpo in that position, we all crash out on Szoboszlai and go, what an idiot. What is he doing? You're the number 10. You're in a team to get assists. You're in a team to create, and you didn't put it on a plate for another attacker. He does said thing, and he's the one who's criticized more than the person who misses the actual chance.
I think you lot have missed the point on that. Anyone who said anything about Szoboszlai in that moment, I think you lot have missed the point.
Hold on, only Nunez would create that sort of a conversation where we're sitting here and I'm having to justify that Szoboszlai did the absolute right thing.
I think you lot have
shirked responsibility. No, the game I play, the football game I play is I'm going to pass the ball to someone who's got more space and a free net rather than try and take the ball round the goalkeeper or try and dink it over or do whatever when I could put on a plate for someone so we can win this game. Because it's not about me. It's about Liverpool Football Club. So forget about the glory, because how many times have we sat here after a stream or during a watch along and Salah's messed up a shot when he could have passed it next to him and we go, Salah's effing selfish. Why is he doing that? Why didn't he pass it? So why is it not that the case for Szobo?
But this is the point. Nobody has ever said he shouldn't have passed it. When we had the conversation after the game, me and Matt, and the only reason I backed him is because I understood where Matt was coming from. Specifically was saying, it wasn't saying he did the wrong thing. Nobody thinks the pass was a bad idea. The problem is, why is Szoboszlai's mentality that is always what he does and he's not taking any responsibility? Because in the same game, there was a time when he tried to cross it or pass it back across the goal when he should have went round the goalkeeper or chipped it over the goalie. And it's becoming a common theme that Szoboszlai won't ever take responsibility.
But what does it have to do?
So in that moment, it was just another example of, look, shit, he was in on goal. Was the pass the right idea in the moment? In hindsight, probably. But it's like, it's just another time when Szoboszlai didn't think, I can do this because I'm good enough. That's all that argument.
No. See, this is a problem.
That is what it is.
No, it's not. No.
Nunez wasn't there. What was Szoboszlai
He was
done?
there, Drift. He was there.
But what if there's times when he's not there and Szoboszlai doesn't know what to do?
Then crash out Szoboszlai then. But if Nunez is next to him,
it's just adding to it.
No, it's not, Drift. Taking responsibility doesn't always mean shooting, you know. Taking responsibility means making the right
in front of goal, technically.
No, it doesn't. Taking responsibility means making the right decision. So you
if
see,
there's no one to pass to, the right decision is to score.
No, brother, he had someone to pass to.
No, I'm talking about that was just part of a conversation about why does Szoboszlai always.
Why was it brought up for that scenario? Why was it brought up for that scenario? All right, check this, Drift. Yeah, we win a penalty, and flipping Andy Robertson picks up the football to go and take the penalty. If Virgil van Dijk comes over and takes the ball away from Andy Robertson and gives it to Salah instead of taking the penalty for himself, he's taking responsibility of the situation and making the right decision for the team, right?
Oh, that isn't a good comparison.
Why is it not a good comparison? He's not the one taking the penalty.
A penalty is not the same as an in-game moment where you can't pick and choose who does it. A penalty, you can pick and choose who takes the penalty.
The shot that Nunez has had a higher probability of going in the net than a penalty does.
Yeah, but we're not talking about just that moment. That was just another part of the catalogue of why does Szoboszlai never think about doing things on his own? Why does he always defer?
Why was that the example used?
It was just part of the examples. The other example was earlier in the game when he tried to pass it and he was in and it was like, bro, why don't you go around the goalie? Why did you try and the pass didn't even make sense? It's just part of a catalogue. But the point went over everyone's head because everyone wants to go, hold on, wait a minute. No. That means we can't abuse Nunez. Fuck that. It's Nunez's fault. Nunez is shit.
It's not about Nunez abuse.
Anybody else could have missed that opportunity and the point would have still been in that moment. Bro, Szoboszlai could have just shot. The goalie's legs were wide open. He could have went round the goalie. He could have put responsibility. He had to pass because that's his mentality and it's becoming a little bit annoying.
If Salah misses that shot that Nunez had yesterday, no one is saying anything about Szoboszlai today. Guarantee it.
During the conversation about Szoboszlai, yes, it would have still been a part of the conversation.
Never. No one.
Yes, it would have.
No, they wouldn't.
And if Salah was the one who was in on goal yesterday, that was through in that thing, he probably would have megged him and scored the goal because it was an opportunity to score. It was an opportunity to score. People can't take that away because it was a good pass and Nunez missed.
What was the better thing to do?
Was in on goal and could have scored.
What was the better thing to do?
Both of them were the same. I actually think he could have gone round the goalie or not made the goalie and scored just as much as he could have passed.
Come on, Drift. No, real. Come on now, bro.
No, I don't care if you don't want to disagree. Let's just leave it. That's a fact. I see that opportunity.
It's not a fact. It's not a fact. It's not
when a striker's in on goal in that exact same.
No, it's not
position.
a fact. It's not a fact.
It is a fact, bro. I watch football every day and I see that opportunity happen regularly where a man is in on goal like that and he scores the goal. Nobody can't tell me that doesn't happen regularly.
You're telling me factually it's the same as having a one-on-one with a goalkeeper to having an empty net.
No, I'm saying factually, I see that chance happen in football regularly and people score it.
And I see
people score it.
Oh, and 99% out of the time, I see people score an empty net as well.
No, but that situation is neither here nor there. We're talking about should Szoboszlai take more responsibility at times.
All right, so every time you've seen someone score a goal from Szoboszlai's position, how many times have we seen goalkeepers save it? Are we going to sit there and act like Emi Martinez ain't a great goalkeeper, by the way?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so wouldn't it be better to pass it rather than play a 50-50
No one said it wasn't a good idea to pass. We were talking about why does Szoboszlai never think to do it? You're missing the point.
No,
why does Szoboszlai never think to do it? Because like in the first half, bro, when he thought about passing, when he should have went around the goalkeeper because there wasn't a pass on. Bro, that's what we're trying to say. He never thinks about shooting and it's becoming frustrating. No one said he shouldn't have passed. No one said he made a bad decision passing, but it was just another part of Szoboszlai never thinks to go for goal. Szoboszlai never thinks to take responsibility. That's all that was. But it's going over people's head because they just want to say, no, Nunez is shitty.
Have you ever called Mo Salah selfish, Drifty?
We
maybe like 2 or 3 times in the whole time he's been here, yeah.
2 or 3 times?
Yeah. I don't regularly call Salah.
Using your logic, you should be someone who should never ever call Mo Salah selfish because he always takes responsibility and always wants to score and always takes the shot and always puts himself in a position to score.
But no, but that's not true because there'll be times when somebody is a lot more open than what he is. Szoboszlai was in on goal. The opportunity to score was there. It's different.
That's literally yesterday.
But at the end of the day, everybody can have their own opinion on it. That's fine. I just think the point about Szoboszlai just went over people's head. They're not listening to the point of like, it's just concerning that Szoboszlai never takes responsibility. All people want to hear is, people are saying that he should have scored instead of passing because they don't want to brush Nunez. No, that is not what it is. People are not listening to the point about Szoboszlai.
No, I'm listening to the point, and you're criticizing Szoboszlai for not taking more
I'm not criticizing Szoboszlai at that moment. I don't think there's anything wrong with the pass. It just adds to my worry about why Szoboszlai never takes responsibility.
Yeah, but I just said you're criticizing Szoboszlai for not taking more risks. That's what I said. And I don't
because it happens all the time. And
hear me out. I don't disagree with that. And
then we're like, fuck, why didn't Szoboszlai go for goal? He could have scored there. This is annoying. He's a number 10 who won't even take any goal scoring responsibility. That's all that is.
Okay, let me say this. I don't disagree with wanting Szoboszlai to take more risks. I agree.
Okay, well then that's it.
I think Szoboszlai needs to take more risks. I think Szoboszlai yesterday played it safe a lot of the times, which is something I don't like. I would rather you take a risk and it doesn't work than you not take a risk. I would rather someone try something and it's not coming off than someone not trying something at all and trying to play it safe. Now, here's the issue. Number one, using that logic, we can never call Salah selfish ever again. I've never done that because I'm consistent. I want players to take risks. Ever, because he always takes risks. And the second thing is, I make the argument that pass is even riskier than him taking a shot. Because if he takes a shot, he's in a position to take a shot. That pass to Darwin Nunez requires a lot of accuracy, the weight on the ball. You've played football before. The weight on the ball, the pass, you have to play it in the correct space. And he played a perfect pass, which is why I can't blame him. And I do agree with Callum's point. I'm going to be objective about this. Had Szoboszlai passed it to Mo and Mo missed it, not a single person today is saying Szoboszlai made the wrong decision because it's Mo. But because it's the opposite, which is Darwin, suddenly we're criticizing Szoboszlai. We're saying, Szoboszlai should have played that pass. And this actually plays into our earlier on argument when you brought up the whole...
Szoboszlai shouldn't have played the pass, though. That's the point. Nobody's saying...
I understand. I'm responding to your general point. And this comes back to our earlier on argument when we're talking about like the criticism and the abuse and the blah, blah, blah. That's why me and Callum agree. It's actually the opposite with Darwin. And it's the opposite with everyone else. With everyone else, we micro-analyze every single decision. We talk about this guy should have done this here, this guy should have done this there. But with him, it's something completely different, which is why I don't think he gets abuse at all. I think he gets a lot more love than anything else. Now, in that moment, that is a microcosm of Szoboszlai's risk-taking ability, which is, it's very low, which we needed to increase. which we need him to take risks. My only argument is I actually think his pass was a risk to begin with. So, you know, that's the one time he took a risk and he took the wrong risk. He should have shot.
If you could take away the hindsight of knowing it was a good pass, then done, yeah. And you could freeze frame it in that moment and say, what do you want him to do? Knowing the difficulty of the pass and the fact that the defender could have also made a tackle as well. Because remember, Nunez weren't standing there by himself. There was a defender there, yeah. Would you want Szoboszlai to shoot or would you want him to pass?
No, I want him to shoot. I've already agreed with you.
Well, then that's the only point people are making, bro. No one's saying it was a bad pass.
Well,
no one's saying a pass was a bad idea. People are just frustrated that Szoboszlai in that moment has got to start taking a bit of responsibility. That's all, bro. And if you think a shot is a good idea there, then you get it.
Of course, I think a shot is a good idea. I hate players. I hate players, and I can't stand players who are pussies. And I'm sorry to use this word.
So why are we arguing, bro?
I hate when a player does not take risks. My point is that moment, him playing that pass was a risk as well. It's like he risked it playing that pass, and Nunez missed the empty net, which is why the onus of that moment should be on Nunez. But overall, you ask me right now, do I think Szoboszlai had a good game? No. I think Szoboszlai was one of our worst three performers. I think Nunez, Jota, and Szoboszlai were the worst three players on the pitch for me yesterday. So it's not just a Nunez thing. Like, I don't think Szoboszlai was good, but I don't think that moment is the reason why Szoboszlai was good. I think moments in the first half, I think moments in the second half. The moment that pissed me off the most with Szoboszlai is when he played the 1-2 with Mo in the penalty box. He gets the ball back and he almost tries to pre-pass it again when he's right in front of goal. And I don't like that. So that's the things that I'm talking about, take more risks. But that moment specifically, I can't say he didn't take a risk, because I actually think the pass in that second was a bigger risk than actually shooting it, because the pass was
no one's saying that Szoboszlai doesn't take risks, bro. People are saying that he will shirt.
No, I'm saying that I think it doesn't take enough risks for a number 10. I think that's something I really don't like. I want my number 10 to take so many risks every single game, because even if you take 3 risks, 2 of them don't work out, 1 will work out and we'll score. That's style.
No, I agree with that.
Was Jota a coward for putting on a plate for Salah then?
No.
Why not? He could have shot.
Because that was a totally different situation.
Why? He's
because it was a 2-yard pass to a guy who was in the middle of the goal with an empty
goalkeeper, though. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
No, it's not the same, Cal.
Why not? He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Because as Hassam just said, the degree of risk in the pass is so much easier that it's obvious. Salah was 2 yards away from him, bro.
It wasn't 2 yards.
Of course, it's a more obvious pass.
He had to play across the box, and Tyrone Mings was on the line.
Yeah, but it was an easier chance than his chance was. And to be fair, when he was running through on goal, I personally thought shoot.
Salah's chance.
And then when he passed, I'm like, all right, cool. I see why he did the pass. But when he went in on goal, I thought shoot.
Salah's chance was easier than Nunez's chance. That's what we're saying now.
Of course it was.
Jeez, man. Let's move on, man.
That's so shameless because it was literally an empty net.
That's what.
And the pass, the point is the pass was easier. Jota's pass to Salah was 10 times easier than Szoboszlai's pass to Nunez, because it was 2 yards, Cal. It's literally just there, like 2 yards, bang, there you go, score. That was why Jota passed. But I said to Jota, shoot. In my mind, when he ran in on goal, when the player passed him it, and then Jota turned and was running at goal, I didn't think pass to Salah. I thought shoot. And then when he passed, I was like, oh shit, why did he pass? We scored, so who cares?
But sometimes in football, you have to make. Sometimes in football, you have to. You put yourself you have to put yourself in the best possible position to score, and that's Szoboszlai's mindset, which is try to score from there. Darwin, he trusted him with an empty net. He shouldn't have. I don't think any player should trust Darwin Nunez in a chance, and I'd rather anyone take the shot over giving it to Nunez. I'll be honest with you. So, yeah,
well, that's fine.
Right, let's move on. Gravenberch. I think we can all sit here and say that we're a little bit worried about Gravenberch's performance over the last few games. Do we have an issue with Gravenberch, and does he need to be rested? And if so, when do we rest him?
It's not an issue, but he needs a rest.
Our next games are City and Newcastle. When do you want to rest him, mate?
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's not an issue, but he does need a rest. Like, he's not an issue. It's just a little bit of poor form because he's knackered. But he does need a rest. There's a part of me, if I'm being honest with you, that would actually think about playing Endo in the Man City game, because he can't continue to play that badly. It will be a hindrance on us. If he has the same performance against Man City that he had against Aston Villa, that's a worry, because he was really bad against Aston Villa, Gravenberch. I didn't see the Watford game in full, not Watford, the Wolves game in full count, but I heard he had a bad. Was he as bad in the Wolves game as he was in the Villa game?
Yeah, he wasn't great in the Wolves game at all. Is there an argument to say that this isn't him being tired, but instead teams have figured out, not necessarily to play him, but figured out how to play against us and cut off the passing lanes to him, which negates his game a little bit? Because one thing
he's not even defending well at the moment, bro.
But one thing we're starting to see is teams are now basically, when we have the ball, instead of Gravenberch being in space to receive the ball, there is a box around Gravenberch. Teams are defending with 2 centre midfielders behind him and 2 attackers in front of him, almost similar to what we do, almost defending in a 4-2-4, which blocks off the passing lanes to Gravenberch. And obviously he's being blocked out of the game. He's the connector at the moment. Do you think that is affecting the way we're playing and also affecting his game?
Well, I would need to know if that is always happening. If
Recently,
it is,
since the Everton game, it has been.
If it's always happening, then it's on other people in that moment to take responsibility and do something. If there's players who are concentrating on him, because that means that there's space for other players to be able to do stuff themselves. Then, because if you got people all around him, then you should be able to be like, okay, well, if they're strategically fixed, so that would be a little bit of in-game management from Slot and players taking a bit of initiative. That would annoy me more in that regard. But I'm not even judging him from a going forward point of view. My criticism of the performances from Gravenberch recently have been defensively, bro. He doesn't look to me like he's got energy in him anymore. He's being ran past. He's not making good decisions positionally. So I'm more worried about Gravenberch defensively than offensively. That's why I think he's fatigued, because I don't think that he's got the energy to get around at the moment. Like, he'll look at something and he'll watch it happen rather than going and stopping it happening, which is what he was so good at up until this point. So I'm not worried about him from an offensive point of view. I'm worried about him defensively. And that's
I don't think it's fatigue or tiredness. I have a completely different perspective to this.
That was yours.
I'll take all people back to Sarri's Chelsea. Remember when Sarri's Chelsea were flying? And then teams started to man-mark the shit out of Jorginho.
Yeah.
And then they stopped Chelsea. I think this is what's happening to us right now. And we need to figure out a way to solve it. I don't think it's tiredness. The guy is young. The guy hasn't played a lot of football anyway in like even his youth. Like maybe Ajax is the last time he played a lot of football. Bayern, he didn't play a lot of football at all. You know, he was rested during the FA Cup weekend. After the game against Newcastle, we have like 10 days of rest. So I don't think it's fatigue. Like, I think the guy is not played enough for me to just say tired. I think it's more of
you can be tired in an isolation, though, bro.
The first team that did this, though, is Newcastle. If you notice, every time Gravenberch got the ball against Newcastle, he was 2 people just ran at him. Newcastle did that. And then after that, the Everton game, same thing. Just go watch. As soon as Gravenberch got the ball, 2 people on him directly. Run at Gravenberch. And now he can't play out of the press. Because you can play out of the press of 1 guy pressing you. 2 guys pressing you is different, because you got two bodies there to worry about. And I think that's a bigger issue than tiredness. I think tiredness is a little bit of an excuse, because McAllister should be more tired. Like, he's been playing consistently since the World Cup, essentially. Like, there are other players who can bring up the tiredness excuse for. I don't think Gravenberch should have
tired though, bro.
I think some of them just performance levels is not there. Why is it always
suspension? Do you remember when he got a suspension and then it coincided with basically giving him 2 or 3 weeks off? His performances since then have been brilliant, because I actually think that rest did him good. McAllister was tired, and I think he had that little 2 or 3 week break, and I think it did him the world of good. And I'm not disagreeing with you in any way strategically, bro. You might have hit the nail on the head in terms of offensively and when we're on the ball. So I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. But what my worry is, why I do think it's fatigue, is because I'm watching his actions defensively, bro. And that's got nothing to do with being marked out of the game and stuff like that, because defending isn't about you then it becomes about who's got the ball and how to stop them. And he's getting ran past the way he didn't before. He looks lazy a little bit at the moment, and Gravenberch isn't lazy. And that's why I believe it isn't that he's fatigued, like, oh my God, he's 22, how can he get tired? We're not saying it's like an old man will get tired or whatever, but in a moment you can be fatigued. You can. If you've been playing,
can I tell you an opinion that I want you to remember till next week? The reason why we're gonna beat Manchester City is because they don't have the athleticism to do what the other teams do. Because Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Kovacic don't have the legs to press Gravenberch the way other teams have been doing. Watch this space against City. You're gonna see sexy football, and we're gonna beat Manchester City at the Etihad. I genuinely believe that. The reason why I believe that is they don't have the athleticism necessary. That's literally been their problem the whole year. They don't have the athleticism necessary to press Gravenberch. They just don't.
Your prediction,
and we were going to take control of the game.
Your predictions are my transfer record, bro.
Do you guys agree?
You'll see this Sunday, no problem. I'll call you when we're winning the game, inshallah.
Do you guys agree with me on this? Because I do see a lot of people who I think just say things, and again, I'm not going to say anybody's name, whatever, but I just think sometimes people say things because they just don't like hearing reasoning. You know what? And this is the thing. I think a lot, and we love our community, and we love the people who help us to do what we do. The support is amazing. So I'm not having a go at people, but I do think sometimes it goes over people's heads sometimes that they realize if you're trying to have a conversation and figure things out, you're not making excuses. You're looking for reasons. Like, people always think any kind of conversation that doesn't agree with their narrative is an excuse. Do you get what I mean? Like, and an excuse isn't always what it is. Sometimes you're just looking for reasons. You're looking for solutions. You're trying to make sense of things. You're just always making an excuse. So when people go, how can he be tired? He's 22. That's just an excuse. No, because so 22-year-olds don't get tired. Is that what you're telling me? If you play week in, week out, every single game, under stress, under pressure, and you haven't up to that point played that much football as well, which also means your body isn't used to it, there is no world where you can be tired. Come on, age has got nothing to do with tiredness. You can be tired at any age if you overwork yourself, no matter what. Like, come on, man, he's still a human. It's not an excuse. Of course he's fucking tired.
I don't
what
think
are we talking about?
What I will say though, Drift, I don't think he's played as much football as we probably think he has, because I don't think he's played any Carabao. He hasn't played any FA Cup, and he has had rest in between games as well. Recently, especially recent, yeah, he has. Didn't play the PSV. Was it PSV game he didn't play? FA Cup game he didn't play. He's had rest recently, quite a lot of it. So I hear what you're saying. It's not you trying to make an excuse, but I also don't think, if we were to break down just how many games and how many minutes he's played in comparison to others,
well, we can just see how many minutes he's played, and if he hasn't played a lot, then
for example, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Declan Rice has played more minutes than him overall so far this season.
No, but I see the tiredness in Declan. I watch Arsenal sometimes. I'm like, you can see Rice is blowing, like you can tell, bro.
But I agree with that. I think Grav's had enough rest so far this season for his form not to be tiredness. I'm not saying, by the way, it
can also be mental fatigue as well. You know, like you can get, you know what I mean? You can be mentally fatigued. Gravenberch has played 3,000 minutes so far this season. That's a lot.
Yeah, how many has the others played?
All right, who do you want me to compare him to quickly?
Let's go Mac.
McAllister. That dog doesn't quit.
Well, don't get me started.
McAllister played 2,600, so McAllister played 400 minutes less than Gravenberch.
Fair.
Gravenberch has played a lot of football, guys. He's played a lot of football.
Whose dog is that?
It's not mine, bro. It's not.
It's your dog, Drifty.
You know what, Carl? Let me actually look at Rice. That's actually a good comparison.
I got two neighbors next to me, Hassam, and they both got dogs, and they both bark at each other. That's not one dog.
Oh my god!
Oh, they're having a fight. They're having a barking fight. Oh,
yeah, but they literally stand at the fence and just bark at each other.
Cow, craziness. Hear this. Declan Rice has played 2,600 minutes, same as McAllister. Gravenberch has played 400 minutes more than Declan Rice.
Are you sure, Max? Sorry, Gravenberch played 3,000 minutes this season.
Yeah, all right. I was rounding up. It's 2,995. I just rounded up. It's 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. Might as well say 3.
It's 35. And
Is
Declan
this
Rice
Premier
has
League
played-
or Champions League and Premier League?
No, this is every single competition. Declan Rice has played 2,626, and McAllister has played.
Yeah, but Rice was sent off for like 2 games.
No,
right?
no, but we're just thinking about like how much energy, and McAllister is 2,612. So yeah, 400 minutes more than both of them, basically.
I think sometimes like we have to. hold
Gravenberch
him-
has played a lot of football in a short space of time, guys. He's tired. He's tired. You can be tired in a moment. Do you get what I mean? But when you're young, 2 weeks off will probably fix it. No one's saying he's got to be out of the team for ages, but we played 5 games in 15 days by the Newcastle game, right? On top of all the minutes he's already played, plus mentally dealing with being one of the key components in the team. He's tired. He's just tired. He just needs a break. He just needs a break. It's time for Endo to play a game. Real talk, it's time for Endo to play a game before he gets so tired that he gets an injury. Because that's what we don't want. We don't want Gravenberch.
The
getting
problem
so
is we
tired he
play
gets an
Newcastle
injury.
and City. Both don't work with Endo.
I think Newcastle can, Dom. I hear your Man City argument is perfect for Gravenberch, but I think Endo against Newcastle might be better. He's more aggressive. He might be more able to deal physically.
I hear it. You probably could.
You get what I mean? I think Endo could play Newcastle, but you're right. Man City, you're right. Gravenberch against City. We go one more time. We hope he can get through it. And then I think Newcastle, you play Endo. I think you give Gravenberch a rest. Because he's going to go off to international duty when the break comes around as well, guys. And he's going to get rinsed by Holland. They ain't going to rest him. Holland are going to rinse him. And do you know what I mean? Like, we got to find a way to give Grav a break.
Do you think
We
we
have
need to change? Do you think we need to change tactics to help Gravenberch?
Possibly. Endo coming in means you can maybe go more 4-3-3 than 4-2-3-1.
I'm more saying when Graven's playing, because at the moment
Oh,
it feels like Grav's doing a lot of covering at the wide areas. Do we maybe need to change the way we're doing that?
Yeah, stop letting Trent go forward so Grav has to fill in.
Trent technically doesn't even go forward that much.
I know, but Grav seems to be covering all the time. Grav and Kanati do a lot of covering for Trent.
Let Szoboszlai do the covering for Trent instead of.
I was going to say Szoboszlai covers Trent as well.
Well, then maybe
Since you want to get work rate prop, you do the coverage then.
Maybe that's the. I mean, we got to make sure we don't run Szoboszlai into the ground as well.
Yeah, that's the point.
Szoboszlai reminds me of Conor Gallagher. It'll be very difficult to run him into the ground. Like he'll always work hard.
Yeah. But we do have to think about how we get Grav out of the game, out of the team for a week and give him a break. And we got Endo right there. Look, we could lose the game and I look stupid for thinking it, but I don't think Endo's ever done anything to suggest it wouldn't be a good idea for him to play a game.
His only bad game was away at Palace first half when Klopp subbed him off. Remember? That's the last time he had a bad game.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
Endo always performs.
Yeah, Endo. No, Endo's a good
always
player.
does well for us, Endo. The only time I can think of him not playing well at Liverpool was just a few games when he came back from an injury at the end of last season. And he just had that little bit where for a few games he was off for a little while. But he was coming back from an injury. Other than that, Endo has never let us down. I'm really shocked at how little faith people have and Slot has.
That Trent
Endo
substitution
can
made
do a
us
good
worse,
job.
though. I'd rather Trent be on the pitch and cover for him than not have him. That Trent substitution made us 100 times worse. Honestly, I'm still pissed off at that substitution.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
I agree. It switched the momentum, Don. I agree with that. 100%.
He was actually an
the wrong
outlet.
time.
He was playmaking. And the thing is, like, I get it. Utter woke nonsense. Modern era football. Oh, yeah, we're going to sub you off in the 60th minute, Trent. Habibi, he just scored. Give him 10 minutes. I'm not asking you to give him 90. Just give him 10 more minutes. See what he can cook up in the next 10 minutes and then sub him off. It is what it is anyway.
We will see. We will see. Obviously, we're going to do our preview tomorrow. But while we got you here, Don, you said that you think we'll beat City. What do you think the score will be?
It's going to be a close game. I think we win the game 3-1. We're winning 2-1. We score a goal at the counter at the end.
What makes you so confident in that?
Because City's midfield don't have the athleticism. The shit that has been happening to us over these games is every time Gravenberch gets the ball, these guys just press the shit out of him, and City don't have the legs to press. KDB, Kovacic, Gundogan, whichever guy they play with, Nico Gonzalez, you're saying Marmoush. That's not what he's gonna go with. You know, Pep. So he's gonna go with those two alongside Nico Gonzalez. They're gonna try press him for the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes. After that, we just regain control of the game. So it's just purely an athleticism thing, legs thing that they just don't have in midfield.
They're also more technical and more efficient than most teams, though.
As long as Drifty's guy doesn't start, we should be good to go.
No, that doesn't affect
You know,
the defense.
I actually hear what Don's saying in regards to.
I hope Gakpo's back though. Do you guys actually know when he's back?
No, it's going to be a close.
But Don, here's my worry about the situation with City, bro. So I agree with you with midfield. I think you've hit the nail on the head in midfield. But are you not concerned about how dodgy we've been at the back recently, and they've got a very good attack?
Yeah, but that's because all this, like, you see, this is why I'm never reactionary. At the start of the season, people are like, oh, Slot is like such a tactical genius over Klopp. Like, people acting like Klopp just shouted at the players pre-game. I was like, guys, just wait. It's way too early. Teams don't know about this new system yet. Just relax. And people didn't listen. And now I feel like because of the midfield relinquishing control, the defense, instead of having to defend 3-4 moments, now have to defend like 15 moments. And I think this is the problem. Like, I don't think it's individually them. I think it's look at the Everton game, look at the Aston Villa game, look at the Man United game. Ping pong. None of them were football games. They were all table tennis. And it just didn't work out for us. That's just the reality, because it's just turned into table tennis.
So you think if we get a bit more control in the midfield against City, then there'll be less chance?
Yeah, because they don't have athleticism. Like Newcastle, it would worry me a bit more if we have ping pong like against them, because they thrive in that, like attack, defend. They thrive in that. They have probably the most athletic midfield in the whole league, I'd say, like in terms of athleticism.
Yeah, their midfield is brilliant. Yeah,
very athletic, definitely. So I think we've got
the best balanced midfield in the league, Newcastle.
Yeah, and athleticism is one of the elements of it as well. So I think for me, I'm looking at Manchester City, and I just don't think they have the legs for it. So I think we will like, you will see a better performance. I think Szoboszlai need to perform. I think people criticized Curtis Jones unnecessarily yesterday. He was good. I thought Robertson was good.
Yeah, I think people was surprised. I was very surprised at criticism for Jones. Jones was good yesterday. I don't know.
Jones was good. I agree. Yeah, Jones was good. Jones played Szoboszlai through on goal, by the way. Like Jones did his job. Yeah, even Robertson was good yesterday. So yeah,
I agree with you on the midfield, and I think their defense isn't good either. So I agree with you that we should be able to create chances. But their front three is finding rhythm. They look like they're creating a little bond, and individually they are all good players. Their front three worries me as to why I think we're not going to win the game, because they're the type of forwards that's one chance kill. Do you get what I mean? So we could dominate the game, but it will just be that one mistake we make, and Marmoush or Haaland will just score the goal, and we'll be like, I can't believe we've drawn this game. That is the part that worries me about the game with City.
Can I tell you one thing that's worrying me as someone who's confident? Savinho against Robertson.
But there you go. And Marmoush against Trent.
Savinho against Robertson is going to be hell, I'll be honest with you.
Savinho is coming into such good form now. It's like, the thought of him running it, it's crazy. And Marmoush does exactly what a right back like Trent doesn't want. He makes the in-road run. He doesn't do the byline. We get frustrated at byline wingers because Trent struggles to block the cross. Marmoush doesn't do that. He makes that run in between the fullback and the centre-back that Trent doesn't even pay attention to. Trent doesn't even pay attention to those runs. So when Marmoush is making those runs, God help Konate. That is what worries me about playing Man City. It's Marmoush and Savinho making those runs, taking on our fullbacks. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm worried about this game.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. But Don, it's another one in the books. Look at that. 3 weeks in a row, bro. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, thanks to Drifty. Unlike you. Oh, I've got to check the... Hey, look at me. I'm Kollab Sanderson from Kop-Ish. I've met Emil Heskey. You know, I'm this big guy. You know, you peasant Hussam and Tom. I don't work with you. You know, I'm like, I only work with like troops level and shit. You get me? Drifty's like, fuck all that. Let's be clinical in front of goal. Let's go. Come on, Hussam on a weekly. You get me? Big up Drifty in the chat. If you're happy that this show is happening, please thank.
Shameless.
I get a lot of you guys are onto Drifty for the Nunez thing, but if you guys want us to be here, you get me? Don't thank the FSG until the day I die. I'm with legends, guys. No, thank Drifty. Thank Drifty because he's the reason why we're here. Big up Drifty, man. Big up.
No, Cal's got to get his flowers as well. He has to.
Thank you. Before we sign off, obviously, guys, Tom isn't here. He did do the beginning of the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Link is in the title. Obviously, guys, subscribe to Hassam's channel as well. Don, tell the people what you got coming up later, bro.
I literally have a stream about 40 minutes from now. I've got 2 City fans coming on, Martin and Vater, Tom Little as well. And we're just going to be previewing for the first hour the City game. And then half an hour after that, we're going to do a short to some Tom Little to just talk about Liverpool a little bit. That way we can cuss out Nunez without being objective because Drifty's not there.
We know you will. Right, let's help these supers. Camin says Nunez is Arsenal's best striker this season. Technically it's Havertz, but we'll go. Adaj 3 says it's match day 38. Liverpool 1, Palace 1 in the last minute of the match. Liverpool need all 3 points to win the title. Darwin is 1v1 with the keeper. Would you watch with your eyes open? A possible scenario.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, I would watch with my eyes open, but my heart would be in my arse.
Yeah, the problem wouldn't be the eye.
Then we'd win the league.
Problem wouldn't be the eye. The problem would be the soul in that moment.
Frankie Fast says, pretty rich coming from Tom when he gets assists from Kopish and Hassam telling me to subscribe. No content for months to Darwin Nunez on YouTube.
That is
wow.
Adil says the chant for Nunez makes him play worse, more pressure. I disagree with that. Ronaldinho Goat says Slot should take the blame for bringing. I'm not going to call him that for bringing Nunez on.
Bringing the Bozo on. Thank you for the $2, Ronaldinho.
I mean, he brought Nunez on, and Nunez got 2 chances, so I don't see how Slot can be blamed for that. Guardiola says if this season Salah doesn't win the league, liquidate. Yeah, I think that we could see Salah's villain
all-timer season ruined, man.
Yeah, it'd be bad. Shimron says, I don't for 1 second support the abuse Nunez gets, but we have to call it what it is. When hot, we're hot, Nicole. We're hot. We're cool, not. Okay.
You don't speak hot?
No, I do, but I don't get the. I've never heard. I don't know if you've heard that phrase before, Drift.
When hot, not cool. When cool, not hot.
I've never heard that one.
I don't think I have, but I get what he means, though.
Yeah, I do. But I'm trying to see if I'm saying it wrong, if he's mixed out, because I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah. But I get his point. It doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold. It is what it is, basically.
He's basically saying Nunez is a done spot.
Yeah. That's why I'm just got to get in there, innit?
Shout out to Abs. Big up, Abs. It's been a while. Says, large up my guys, Cal, Sam. Realistically, which Dross players are you trying to get rid of, and who you going to get to replace them with, or who you going to replace them with? But that's a whole show in itself, Abs, bro. We got to get rid of quite a few players, man. I just don't know.
I think we get rid of about 5 and get 4.
I don't think we have to get rid of. I think there will just be players that will move on. Like I don't like this narrative that runs around now that our front line is crap as well. Let's take Nunez out because we all know how you all feel about him. Forget that. Diaz, Gakpo, Chiesa, Salah.
Someone to leave, by the way.
Is a good forward line. I don't understand this narrative that like
not in crunch time.
Sorry, and I forgot about Jota. And I understand Jota's injuries are a worry, but I don't understand this sentiment that like that's not a good front line. I find that very confusing.
It's too inconsistent.
Yeah, but everybody's got somebody who's consistent while somebody's not being. And thankfully, when Diaz hasn't been, Gakpo has been, Salah's been the whole time. Jota chips in. Like, I don't think anybody has a front three. We keep forgetting Bobby, Salah, and Mane won't ever happen again. That was such a rare thing to have.
Thing
And
is,
even then,
Drifty, do you think Slot trusts them? I don't think so. I tell you honestly, Slot. If I'm
Slot
looking at
trusts
it
two
from
of our-
Slot's
only
perspective,
two of our
I think
attackers.
Slot wants to sell Nunez and Jota.
I don't think
And
he
I-
wants to sell Jota. I think he
Yeah,
has
I
to
don't
sell
think
Jota.
you. I only think Chiesa and Nunez are the ones.
It
he
came
has
out
to
in an
trust.
article a week ago. He's
No.
frustrated
No,
with Jota as well.
No, he spoke about Jota today and says he wished he could play Jota for 90 minutes, that we missed him for 4 to 5 months. He
Yeah, but
said
that's
that
why he's
today.
frustrated, the injury thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think he has to sell him, not that he wants to.
And I think the one that will ask to leave is Diaz.
I only
Apart
think
from
Chiesa and Nunez are the two he doesn't trust. I think he likes the other four. I just think it's Chiesa and Nunez he don't trust.
Gakpo and Salah, I'm good with all 4 going.
Same.
But see, I'm confused at that because I think that they're good players. I get the Jota stuff because of the injuries.
They can all be upgraded on quite
Yes.
easily,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
but not easily. Not easily.
Yes.
Diaz can be easily upgraded on. Nunez can be easily upgraded on. This version of Chiesa can be easily upgraded on. And so can Jota. They can all be easily upgraded on.
Jota and Diaz can't be easily upgraded.
Jota
Not
can be
anymore.
upgraded on given his injury record.
Yeah,
That's the
they
correct
can
state.
all easily be upgraded on.
There is a very, very low level of like forward players now in this world. Like
I disagree.
standards aren't that
Kvaratskhelia,
high.
January. 50 million
No, but
pounds.
he's gone now, bro. That's the point.
Yeah, but my point is there are more Kvaratskhelia available in world football that we could go get.
Are there?
Yes.
Do you
Bradley
honestly think you
Barcola.
could give me? We won't do it now, but do you think you could give me 10 left wingers better than Diaz?
Szoboszlai can be easily upgraded on as well.
Barcola?
Number 10.
No, we'd have to do it now. But you think you could give me 10 left wingers better than Diaz?
No, because we're Liverpool Football Club, not Benfica. So obviously I can't name 10 better than Diaz, but I can name like 7 better than him.
Considering a lot of them aren't available, Don, that's the point I'm making. Because a lot of the people you're going to say, the Vinnies, the Mbappes, the Kvaratskhelia, they're not available. So how is he easily
Yeah, but I can talk about Anthony Gordon. I can talk about Bradley
He's not an
Barcola.
upgrade on Diaz.
Yes, he is.
We'll have this
Leao.
conversation next week. Next week we'll have this conversation.
Tom hates Diaz, by the way. I don't even hate Diaz. So Tom is going to be even better for this.
Would you guys sell Sobo in the summer or keep? I'd keep him, but it wouldn't be my starting number 10 if I had my choice.
I'd keep him as well.
I think he's very important for the squad, though. Don Juan says Ivan Toney, Ekitite for Jota and Nunez, Diblin or Bakayoko for Diaz, bring Shirky as a 10 and move Sobo to double pivots.
I think everything you said is realistic except Tony. The day for Tony's
Tony ain't leaving for that money that he's on.
And Bakayoko can't talk to Diaz.
The rest, by the way, I actually can see all of them happening. Ekitike is such a Liverpool signing, so is Dibbling and Bakayoko as well.
Yeah, I'm on board with Diblin.
You lot are going to end up being so annoyed if we sign Bakayoko, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't want Bakayoko. Pause. Big up. Vida says, for every 100 chances he misses, he has 2 good moments, a net negative. About the body, give me 150k a week and I'll be on the pitch 24/7 running and taking abuse happily. Nunez doesn't have the mentality. I don't think anyone thinks this one thing I'm not going to buy into. Just because you make money doesn't mean you're immune from like abuse and all those things. It doesn't make a difference. Some of the richest people are some of the unhappiest people. This notion that because you have money or you all of a sudden become deaf or immune
What's the statement you made, Callum? I'm down with Dibbling. What's the statement?
So I'm down with the Diblin signing. Don't start us down.
No, you didn't say signing. Don't lie. That's why I had to pause it.
Jay says, I think that Darwin's offer for from Saudi became official. He stopped giving 100% and he knows he is more outside than inside the club.
He said that in the interview as well.
He did speak
that actually could be true for real.
Darwin, if you leave, I would offer you Arabic lessons happily. Message me.
I don't think you'd want to take them from you, Hassan. Biran says Nunez has missed 51 big chances, 2.5 years. Firmino missed 70 in 8 years. That's quite embarrassing.
And Firmino was looked at as someone who isn't clinical as well, so that tells you all you need to know.
I'm still surprised Firmino's is so high. I know he did miss chances, but 80, I didn't know he'd missed that many.
Over 7 years, that's not that bad.
Over 8, that's 10 big chances missed a year.
Yeah, that's less than.
No, but I didn't feel like he missed that many. Even tennis, like it didn't feel like he missed that many.
Yeah, he
Do
probably.
you get what I mean? Like 10 big chances of the season. I know Firmino wasn't clinical, but I wouldn't have thought that he'd miss because he had some seasons when he was actually quite clinical. Firmino.
Yeah, but 10's
Yeah,
not
like-
bad. 10's actually very good.
Yeah. Then a season is not that
I'm
bad.
I'm just saying I wouldn't have never thought it'd have been that high. That's all.
Vida says, let's support Nunez, wrap him up in cotton wool and cheer every chance he misses. Let's go, Nunez. You're the GOAT, the legend. Come on, Nunez, you beauty. Very, very
Lovely sarcasm there.
See,
Love it.
that's the type of sarcasm / patronizing that maybe he thinks it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Slotball says, honestly, I'm Nunez out. Can't defend him anymore.
Yep, agreed.
Official AMD says, though there are those going over the top with Darwin's love and those going over the top with abuse. He's not a Liverpool level 9, but better hair than sold in January with no replacement. You guys all make good points about Darwin, hence why he is such a divisive player. I hear it.
That is a great super chat for
That is
AMD.
big up AMD.
That's a great super chat.
Perfect. Sit on the fence, super chat, just like Callum.
H says Gravish shackled combo of playing him in as a single pivot at times. He ain't that progressive a passer when the lanes are cut off and being asked to cover Trent. I agree with that. I agree. I'm not going to speak anymore about Trent because
the way you get the best out of Grav is when you allow him to progress with the ball and carry it and do those beautiful driving.
You're going to
runs
see that this Sunday. That's why I'm confident.
But that's why he needs to have a Belieber or a Caicedo next to him instead of McAllister, who also wants to run forward with the ball. He needs to have that destroyer who's still good on the ball that allows him to do that and not worry about defensive duties while he's doing it. That is the perfect pivot.
We need a Schumann, basically.
Yeah, Schumann, Belieber, somebody in that mold. If we can get somebody like that to sit next to Grav and then Matt can be further up the field in the 10, that midfield there is absolutely perfectly balanced.
Caicedo.
We need to break the bank for Belieber in the summer, guys. That's what we need to do. We need to break the bank for Belieber in the summer. That's it.
Can you not say FSG into the day I die this time if we sign Belieber?
No, if we get linked with Belieber, Cow is not doing the stream.
Exactly, I'm banned from doing
Yeah, I've spoken to Drifty and Matt
not
about this
doing
chat.
that.
Listen, Callum is getting the summer off. Anything transfer related, no need to hop on. You know, any tactical shows, any drafts, any like calling shows, Callum is welcome. Any transfer shows, we don't need Callum on. He did a Kvaratskhelia stream, and 30 minutes later, we got the here we go to PSD. You cannot write this. You cannot write this, bro. It's over. Callum and transfers, it's over. The experiment
I can't
failed.
believe
It's done.
I've just been banished like that.
It's done.
Been banished. It's bad. Man.
But no, Carl, what it is we're using you where we know your strengths are.
That is patronizing as F, bro. Bro, I'm in my 30s, bro. I'm not 6. That's something I'd say to my son, bro. Are you mugging me, Drift? That's something I'd say to my son. You had the cheek to say that with a straight face as well. That's outrageous. Outrageous. Goodness me. People. It's another one in the hold on. H says, you see, Belieber ain't seen legs like that since Kante.
I'm telling you, man, he's the new guy.
The only problem is Brighton are taking the piss with a price tag. They want 100 million.
Yeah, we ain't getting Belieber in the summer.
No, but guys, when you look at the way the world is right now, like Enzo went for 105. Like, would you not be willing to pay?
You know he ain't worth that. He ain't.
No, he's not.
Belieber is maximum, genuinely 60 max, like max.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But the world we live in now, do we not just want it done so we can get the player though?
Okay, can I give you a world we can live an example? You call Real Madrid, Schumann 100 million. Do they say yes? Honestly, do you think they say yes?
Yeah, I think they say yes.
I think we get him.
There you go then. There you go.
We get him less for
Would you rather have someone who's played World Cup finals, Champions League winner, etc., who can do everything Belieber does and some more for the same price? I'd rather do that.
I would personally rather Belieber, but I ain't mad at Schumann. I ain't mad at him.
Boys, so okay. So where are we getting this 100 million from?
No, we're not. We're just talking about.
No.
if
Go
it
on,
would be-
Sam.
you know
Don't
what I
hide
mean?
behind the mic now, big man.
نونيز الهلال, here we go. أنا أتحدث اللغة السعودية. Let's go. Vamos, Saudi Arabia.
We'll be
Big
lucky if
up
we
the
spend
Saudi.
100 million in total.
My
in this
Saudi
one. How
brothers
about that?
call me. I will make that transfer for you. I'll call Michael Edwards himself and I will help you. Don't worry. 65 million, we accept this time. No need 75. We accept 65. Just call me Saudi Arabia.
I don't think Shermany will leave either, you know, guys. I
Plus
think
the 100 million revenue from the Champions League. Transfer budget.
Real
Right there.
Madrid are going to keep Shermany, I reckon.
I think Shermany gets sold, and I think they try and get a controller in.
Yes, I agree. I think they will sell Chouameni and they'll sign Zubimendi.
But Shermany's been so good at being versatile for them. Is he not still valuable to them as a squad player, even if he don't?
Because they'll buy centre backs and all that stuff. Real Madrid are going to have a big summer.
They're going to buy Saliba and they're probably going to get Trent as well.
Whenever Liverpool beat Real Madrid in a match, that following summer becomes a madness for the whole of Europe. Remember back in 2009 when we beat them? Remember when they did that summer?
Xabi Alonso, Arbeloa, Kaká, Ronaldo.
Yeah. Europe better lock up shop this summer because it's going to get real frosty quick.
Who did we sign? Aquilani. Crazy, mate. And then we followed it up with Joe Cole and Paul Konchesky. Big up. What a time that was.
So what if Liverpool did pay 100 mil for Shermany and we were all like, oh wow, they've done it. But the reason they did it is because they're like, he's now the fourth choice centre back as well as the DM. So they tried to do the whole 2 for 1. Would you be all right with that then?
We'd have no choice.
What do you mean? Them signing Zubimendi? I'd rather they get Zubimendi.
No. We signed Shermany for 100 mil. So we were like, oh my God, they've done it. They finally just paid the money. But the reason was because they don't replace our centre-back situation. Shermany just becomes the alternative if need be. So he basically is covering 2 positions, which is why they paid the money.
But I don't think that will happen. The reason why I don't think that will happen is we have a lot of work on our hands. So I'll tell you right now, genuinely, no agenda, no bullshit, right? You've got the 3 contracts, so that's 3 things. You've got, I think one of Gomez or Kwanzaa will ask to leave. I think Diaz possibly asks to leave. Jota and Nunez, I think, are not trusted by the manager for different reasons. Now, whether you say Nunez and Chiesa, Jota or Nunez, that's still two players. So regardless, it's 2 things. I do think Endo will be someone that leaves. I think Harvey Elliott will be someone that leaves. So we've got 9 players that possibly leave this summer. So we've got a lot on our plate.
That's like too much. That's too much, man.
No, I understand, but we're not the type of club to sell 9 and buy 9, but we're going to sell 9 and buy like 5, buy 6 type shit. That's what I think. And then they'll probably bring back like Kumas and blah, blah, blah. And like,
and the wickedest thing is
now ready type thing, you know?
You didn't include Robertson or Tsimikas when you just said that.
There you go. That's 10 things right there.
Or
10.
Kelleher.
You did, yeah.
11 things.
Kelleher. I mean, Kelleher is easy though because
Mama really is coming in.
Yeah. So that's
very good.
Okay,
but it's still so that means there's 11 players that could possibly leave. That's too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
But that's why I wanted us to start it in the summer or in January because there's a lot to do. So I agree with you.
That's why I'm saying it won't get done.
That's why it's a criticism of the football club.
Man.
Drift, we kind of have to do it in one summer to catch up from all the previous years of not doing enough.
Bro, we did 4 midfielders in one summer and it was a lot. Imagine trying to do 7 or 8 players in one summer.
It's a lot for us because we're not used to it. Sometimes you just got to pop out and show them. And that's what we need to do.
I think 7 or 8 signings in one summer is too much, period. It could be Real Madrid. I just think that
you just quote Kendrick and try to act like you said something.
That is a lot of change all at once.
You're the biggest fraud on this platform. This guy just quoted Kendrick and act like it's his quote. It's only the most like iconic song of this whole year. Try to quote him. Sometimes you got to what? Say that again.
I don't think all the 7 players will be first 11 players. So I think you can do it.
But they would be, bro, if all the players left that Don was saying. Because if out of those 11 that left, at least 7 of them were first teamers, bro.
No,
Diaz is a first teamer.
No, Diaz isn't a start if everyone's fit.
Of course, Diaz is. He's our starting left winger. No, I know Gakpo's been in form, but I think if everyone's fit,
never.
You don't think so?
No way.
Well, it wasn't the start of the season.
What is he gonna do? Shimmy and then not score a goal, bro?
No, remember, Gakpo found form.
That's another song
down the middle. But I think if Jota had been fit, Diaz would have been playing left, and Gakpo wouldn't have been playing. It would have been Jota, Diaz, and Salah.
Gakpo would have found himself in the team because he's more productive.
Maybe, but I'm just going off of the fact that it was only when Diaz moved centrally, Gakpo played. All right. But
can I tell you why this club is stupid? Honestly, can I tell you genuinely why this club is stupid? Who's been a fantastic centre back in the league this season? Huijsen. You know who wanted Huijsen in the summer? Liverpool Football Club. You know who didn't go with it? Let me tell you the howlers that we made last year. We wanted Huijsen. I swear to you, you will find an article. Sometimes you say, Hussam, ITK. Listen, I'm not an ITK. I just tell you the stuff that I know. Drifty and Callum have been doing this long enough. They know. With Liverpool Football Club specifically, you're better off knowing something from knowing someone that knows someone. It's way better than waiting for journalists who just bullshit. Huijsen, we looked at, we wanted to sign him. That didn't go through. At the start of the transfer window, Newcastle wanted Kwanzaa and or Gomez. They were willing to take both. We could have had Isak for Kwanzaa plus money, but we wanted to keep Kwanzaa. We could have had Isak/Gordon for Gomez / money, and we said no. Those are the things we did in the summer. We decided to, after Zubimendi say no, to just go like, we ain't gonna sign no one. Where we could have signed Ederson, we could have signed Nico Gonzalez, we could have signed anyone and any player in midfield. That way, me, Callum, and Drifty are not on Kop-Ish saying. It's crazy that I'm on Kopish as well. Well done, Drifty. Anyway, that we're in Kopish. You get me saying that, Gravenberch is tired. In January window starts. Slot has assessed the squad. Slot knows exactly what he wants. We could have at least, bare minimum, went to Bournemouth, signed Kirkas. Went to a football club, got a backup centre-back since Gomez is injured. I'm not asking for anything mad. Hato was at Anfield. All you would have done, Mr. Michael or Mr. Richard, was walk across Anfield to the hospitality seats and just there. Hey, Hato, we want to sign you at Liverpool Football Club. Call up the football club. How much you want? 35 million. Here you go. Done. We could have. The problem is we left so much to be done this summer. Everyone in the chat, I'm preparing you mentally. You will be let down because there will be something we fuck up. I promise you all.
Hato didn't want to leave in January. I think we get Hato over the line in the summer.
Didn't want to leave. Yeah, okay, mate.
No, he came out and said it. I do think we get Hato's the one I'm confident we get.
I think we get one of Hato or Huijsen. I think we sign Kirkas. And if not, it's going to be Ike Nouri.
I think we go for Gutierrez from Girona. Unless we employ their buyback.
I think we like Baleba a lot more than people think. And I mean a lot more. Genuinely. Joao Pedro is another one we like. We like Cunha. We like Isak.
Bro, trust me, the believer train. We like that. I'm trying to manifest that more than anything. You've ever seen
more false nines, bro. Just get me someone who sticks the ball in the back of the bloody net, man.
Baleba. FSG into the day. Anyway, I've got 15 minutes. We had enough of cooking Callum now. Khalas. I've had enough.
I swear, if I could remove one video off the internet, it would be that.
If I could remove one video, it'll be the slot out video because I was just an emotional wreck that day.
Oh, we know it, Sam. We know. I've been cutting up that video behind the scenes, by the way. You'll see some stuff coming out soon.
Yeah, you'll see something this Tuesday as well. Don't worry. I've got editors, mate. I pay people money to edit my videos, mate. So yeah.
But no, Sam, big up as always, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
back
big
on
up, bro.
Channel on Tuesday, right?
Yes. Unless you or Matt bottle it, so you guys like to bottle stuff.
Can't win. Jiff, you got anything coming up on your channel, bro?
I don't think I do. Oh yeah. I'm doing the Man United Everton game. The watch along, guys. So make sure you come and join me for that. And I'm doing the Villa Chelsea game.
When's that? Sorry,
Saturday morning. So it's the 12:30 game. The Man United Everton is the 12:30. And then I'm doing the 5:30 Chelsea Villa game on the Saturday. So back to back. And Matt, if I'm not mistaken, is doing the Arsenal West Ham as well. So you have Kopish all day watch alongs on Saturday. So yeah, man, make sure you come and join us for that, guys. And obviously we got the preview for the Man City game on Friday, Cal. So they got that to look forward to. So yeah, the grind never stops, guys. The grind never stops.
Facts. People, it's always been a pleasure. So make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Go and subscribe to Don's channel, subscribe to Tom's channel.
Sorry, Cal, we might also be doing the analysis tonight. So people look out for the notification for that as well. We might be doing that tonight. even if
I'm about to speak to you offline about that because
But I've been looking for a couple substitutes, and I've got some last minute signings that might be able to come in, so I might still get it done. You know what I mean? Jaden Dans and McConnell's are in the wings, ready to take over from Cody Gakpo if need be.
Reform 3D says VVD and Salah don't return our attractability tanks. I agree with that as well.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. And Trent, because you can't underestimate the fact that your local Scouse boy wanting to leave also makes the club look a little less attractive as well. So I think all of them, it's a bit of an issue.
Indeed. Big up, brothers. Until we see you next time, go over to Hassam's channel. It's starting now, right, Hassam?
Yeah, in about 13 minutes.
Cool. Guys, you know
just stay here. I will redirect the stream.
Yeah, stay here, grab yourself a drink, and then you'll be redirected to that show, and you can go
halal drink.
Some
coffee.
Apple juice. Get some apple juice down.
Apple juice, yeah.
Big up, everyone. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish out, people. Take care.
Peace.